Now, save up to $900 on adjustable mattress sets from Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Plus, enjoy 0% interest financing and next-day delivery. Upgrade your sleep and save, only at Mattress Warehouse.
Free shouldn't come with a catch. With iHeartRadio, it doesn't. No monthly fees, no trial periods. Radio, music, podcasts. Download the free iHeartRadio app now.
Are you trapped in a timeshare you don't use, want, or can't get rid of? I endorse Lone Star Transfer. They are a family-owned company that's helped more than 40,000 owners legally and ethically exit their timeshares. I trust them. They'll review your situation, create a customized exit plan designed specifically for you. Please go to LoneStarTransfer.com or call 855-551-7066.
IDC's amazing Summer of Romance is almost over. These are the final days to get your free getaway. Right now, make any jewelry purchase of over $3,500 and International Diamond Center will pack your bags with a free romantic trip on us. But listen, this is a limited time offer and time is running out. You have until August 31st. Buy that perfect engagement ring, anniversary gift, or special piece for her and let us buy the honeymoon or romantic escape you'll remember forever. Here's how it works. Spend $3,500 and enjoy a 3-day, 2-night romantic hotel getaway plus a $100 Visa card and choose from a dozen dreamy cities. Spend $5,000 and sail away on a 3- or 4-night luxury cruise for 2, or go all in at $10,000 and escape to a 5-day, 4-night stay in an upscale tropical all-inclusive resort in one of 4 breathtaking countries. It's almost too good to be true. But hurry, this offer ends August 31st and will not be extended. Get all the details and restrictions at shopidc.com. International Diamond Center. You buy the jewelry, we give the getaway. Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia.
This is the sound of Lucy, staying on top of her spending. You see, even though she's buying a new pair of jeans, she knows that it fits within her monthly budget. Because Wells Fargo will send an alert if her balance drops below her set amount. Yep, nothing gets past Lucy, or Wells Fargo for that matter. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Something big is coming. On September the 2nd, DraftKings Game Day arrives with massive deals, exclusive deals, and an all-day celebration built for sports fans. The countdown has begun. All roads lead to Game Day. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in all 50 states. That means Florida, from Texas to California, every fan is in on the excitement. One app, every sport, all 50 states. DraftKings Game Day is yours. Remember the date, September the 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season, a new era, and the biggest day in sports history. Get pumped. Get ready to celebrate. New DraftKings customers sign up with code WTKS. Spend $5 to get $150 in rewards within 14 days. That's code WTKS. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable predictions dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends August 23rd. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo. Nationwide, based on sportsbook, predictions, and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state.
When I hit my 50s, I felt like things were slowing down.
This is Sandra's Metamucil story.
I started taking Metamucil for digestion, but had no idea it would impact so much more. Not only did Metamucil help me feel more regular, but my heart health saw the benefits too.
Metamucil. One simple routine, 4 health benefits. Digestive health starts here. Go to Metamucil.com for more details.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. I can get you pre-approved in as little as 1 day, even if you're a first-time homebuyer. Get answers today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
ThatmortgageguyDon.com. Are you all worked up and working too much? You know what y'all need? Y'all need to chill out. Y'all need to have fun. Y'all need some adventure. Why, y'all need Gatorland. How do we know? Ain't no one got more animals, more gators, or more fun than Gatorland. And now, Florida residents get what they need for less with $17.50 admission now through the end of August. We know what y'all need. Y'all need Gatorland.
Hey, it's the News Junkie, and I don't need to be an attorney to tell you distracted driving is bad. Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt sees the aftermath every day, and it's awful. Do me a favor, eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, and keep it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie starts now.
It is Friday, August 21st, 2026. Lots to get to today. From 9 days without power to hackers leak Grand Theft Auto footage, and a cop is confronted over the hot chick database. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Josh is here.
Hello.
Jaden is with us.
Hello.
And so are you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And this never, ever, ever happens, friends.
Oh, no. What happened?
Just look, we got a last-minute message. Let me dust this thing off and see who it's from. Looks like it's from Pablo Plejkabar. Let's see what he said.
Have a great Friday, you mother.
We did it, everybody!
Yeah.
We made our way through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back. Hope everybody's doing well. There you go. Josh is giving himself that well-deserved. He's been in there for like 30 minutes this morning. So it's
exhausting.
Early time for him before the show here. And yeah, you heard right. We got a guest with us today. Jaden. Jaden is going to be joining us on the show. Hello, Jaden.
Hello. How are you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Good. Jaden's younger than even Josh, believe it or not. How old are you, Jaden?
I am 21.
21 years old.
A fresh puppy.
All right. Don't say fresh puppy.
He's fresh puppy now. That's how you get an intern name.
Yeah, exactly. Now they're going to start calling you fresh puppy, and then God only knows where it goes from here. But Jaden's going to be hanging out with us. We'll learn a little bit about him along the way. Right now, let's start off as we always do. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And can Jaden see my my stream and everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to we're going to something very exciting sounding, folks. A non-agenda public comment meeting in San Diego, California. There's somebody who has shown up to this public hearing and wants to say something. Let's listen.
Thank you. It's been a great day. Love to all.
Thank you. Darth Vader?
Yeah. Call him up. Slow walks to the microphone.
That is loud as hell.
It is.
The Emperor is a fan of Flock, and we must continue utilizing Flock technologies so that we can follow and surveil the rebel scum as they move from playground to playground, from playground to pool, from pool to gymnasium, because we all know that the Flock cameras are not only following the license plate readers, they are following children. They are following children in parks and gymnasiums, and we need this. I need this so I can stalk my ex-girlfriend.
Okay, there it
goes.
Right. Yeah, Darth Vader starting us off. Always such an interesting collection of people at these hearings. There's like this guy back here. He's got like, is that a what are those little animals called? Not a nutria,
a capybara.
A capybara, Josh. Yeah, you're right. He's got a capybara shirt on. Then there's this old dude back here. There's just like weird gathering of humans.
The committee
at these events.
people don't even bother with a real name. They're just like,
no,
Darth Vader, you're up.
Yeah, they've done it before. They're like, all right, next up, Darth Vader. Let's see what we got for you. Here he comes. So Darth Vader has to say he's for the flock cameras, just in case you were wondering, everybody.
What's Jar Jar Binks thinking?
Well, he's not on the record just yet. Yeah,
I hate the flock.
Which is very strange, because now the flock camera thing and the anger over this has gone so strangely virally large that boomers are screaming about it. Zoomers, I'm assuming, are screaming about it. Jaden, are you in on the flock camera thing? Do you have any idea what's going on with this or no?
Yeah, I don't. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I feel like it's kind of surveillance state thing going on. Yeah. I'm not. I know. I like my privacy, but I mean, what are we going to do about it?
Okay, obviously Josh didn't tell you this before the show. Flock Cameras is the biggest supporter of this show, and they are our number one advertiser. They bring in about $2 million a year for the show.
Well, if they're filling our pockets, then I'm for them. Let's go.
There you go. We got to turn the corner on that very quickly.
Him as a shill.
No, we don't like them either. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, really.
I don't like
it's just, it's insane to watch the fallout from all of it, and it feels a little surveillance-y. You're right about that, Jaden. Speaking of watching things and seeing things fly through the air and all sorts of other unrelated things, I do not regret to inform you that another green dildo has hit the WNBA. Just so everybody knows. Yeah, it's happening. Jaden probably knows about this one, actually, because you work at the sports station, right?
Yeah, I do. Every afternoon, 3 to 6 with Brandon and Mike Bianchi. I haven't seen this green dildo story, though. I haven't seen those in like a year.
Yeah, no, they're back. Yeah, all of a sudden. Yeah, the WNBA is like, it's a nice break from all the other stuff that's been happening on the WNBA front. Now they're like, let's get back to throwing the green dildos on the courts. So everybody rejoice. It's happening again. Yay. Let's see what's happening here on the court. Maybe Jaden can help me out. It says LA, and then it's got like a palm tree on it. What team is that? Do you know?
The Sparks.
The Sparks, the LA Sparks. Why are they a palm tree if they're the Sparks?
I'm pretty sure they're the Sparks. I'm like 90%. They could be the palm trees.
I don't think
it's a terrible team name.
The Los Angeles Palm Trees.
Go Trees.
And who's ATL? Who's the other team?
Oh, that I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you who Atlanta is.
Dream. It says Dream on their jerseys. Sure. Maybe that's a team. The Atlanta Dream is the other team. So LA and Atlanta were playing, and out of the stands once more, from a mystery suitor, comes a flying green dildo. Here it is.
This week, Park will
boom.
Got some bounce.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. It had a little bit of bounce there. I don't know if this came from the cheap seats, but it hit the court. Great throw, great toss, and it hits right about here. I don't know what this area is called. This is the free throw line, right? Yeah, but what's it called? What's the circle behind the free throw line called? Anybody know? I don't. Yeah, that area.
Free throw circle.
Yeah.
The free throw. The free throw area is where it hit, and
skip the Asian games.
Do they mention it?
A continental title.
Are they booing? Oh, look! Somebody's trying to rat out the tosser, the person who threw it. This is the girl from the Dream. She's pointing up at the stands because I guess whoever threw it hauled ass and started bolting out of there. And she's ratting them out.
There's a stoppage here, and Angel Reese is pointing out that
Angel Reese.
Something was thrown onto the court.
Get him.
Yeah, I don't know if they caught this guy or not.
He's made quick work of this.
Yeah, they're just keeping the camera on her. So I'm assuming right now they're scurrying and trying to make their way through, the crowd there to figure out exactly what the hell's going on. But good to see it back. We all celebrate it. We all rejoice it. And we'll get your thoughts on all things happening in the world today here on the show. Don't forget, we're doing Rate My Blank, and the opening is in for you to get your stories in, your most embarrassing story. So it's Rate My Blank, Rate My Most Embarrassing Story. Send a dispatch in to get yours into the mix, and we'll see who our winner is today. In fact, I just got one coming in from Mr. Mike, so we'll get to a whole bunch of these in just a moment here on the show. But I know Josh is probably actually excited about this. The Grand Theft Auto thing,
yes,
is this it's leaked, right? There's like somebody's leaked a bunch of the footage. I don't know what's happening with this.
I haven't caught it yet.
GTA 6, I'll show it to you in a second for those of you streaming. By the way, I'm hearing like a small echo of myself. I don't know if it's like if you have a speaker on in there or something's happening. Something's feeding back to me. Anyways, GTA 6, Grand Theft Auto 6 has leaked, I guess, by some group called CyberLeak. And they have some playable version of the game. Is this going to be bad for Grand Theft Auto, or is this like more buzz and it will actually be good for them somehow? Or
it would depend how good the leaked footage looks, I think.
Okay, well, let me show you. I got it here. I hope there's no cursing in this. I wouldn't think there would be.
Jaden, you know where the dump button is in there?
I'm ready to go. Shoot.
Okay.
I was wondering like what you gave him as a rundown before the show.
We went over everything, and that was the one thing I neglected. But
the
he's
most
been in
important
there
thing?
before.
Oh my God! All right,
It's fine.
Well, it's over there. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Here is the leaked footage. I think I'm allowed to show this. They watermarked the hell out of it.
That a celery guy?
Yeah, it's some celery guy leak. Oh, it's a leak. I see. It's a leak.
Oh, I get it. Wow, I'm dumb.
And this is them flying in. Is this part of the game? I guess you could fly in Grand Theft Auto.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. They're flying into the city and just flying overhead. Is that it?
That's all that's leaked is a biplane?
I guess so. Well, no, they've been releasing different footage.
Oh, okay.
And here the guy shoots the word leak into the side of his house, which is super weird. Will they show it here? I don't know. Hang on. Oh, okay. All right. So in the GTA house.
All right.
All right. So he's showing you that he has the actual footage of the game. And he's playing Grand Theft Auto 6, which doesn't come out until November or something. I don't think it comes out for a while. And we'll see exactly what happens with this. But I think this is going to be a big deal. And I think, you know what? People don't realize this. They will hunt this dude down and arrest him. The last time somebody leaked out some of the Grand Theft Auto code and some other things, it was this autistic, like 16-year-old or something. Josh, look up this kid. It was a teenager who was autistic, and he hacked in and released some of the code. And then very quickly afterwards, great. Somebody said, I'm glad you're showing this, but they're DMCAing every instance of the video. I only played like 4 seconds, okay? Hopefully we're clear. Hopefully we're clear and we don't get nuked over on YouTube. I don't think that'll be the case, but anyhow.
Yeah. GTA 6 hacker, autistic kid from Oxford.
Yes,
Key member of international gang Lapsus $. Okay. The gang's attacks on tech giants included Uber, Nvidia, and Rockstar Games and cost the firms nearly $10 million. So it says they handed him an indefinite hospital order.
Yeah, so they put him in a hospital, right? They put him because he was young and
too autistic for jail.
Then they had to bring him over to a hotel for a hot second, and he somehow had an Amazon Fire Stick. And from the hotel television with the Amazon Fire Stick, he hacked him again.
Oh, yeah.
And he hacked him a second time. And then when he turned 18, they brought him over to the adult jail. Now he's still in jail. He's still all this time later. So they're going to find the person who leaked all of this and get him, I think. Tired Teacher says, oh, my God, I'm pretty sure Jaden went to elementary and was in 4th grade when I taught 4th grade. Do you remember who your 4th grade teacher was, Jaden?
Oh, I do, but I couldn't remember the name. I remember her vividly. I remember the face, everything. I remember the classroom. I don't remember the name.
You don't even remember your 4th grade teacher. If this is her, she's tired. This is why she's tired. Nobody remembering her after all these years.
I remember the class.
You remember? Is she tall, short?
I believe blonde hair. I was a kid, so she was definitely taller than me at the time.
Okay, all right. Fat, skinny?
She was a skinny. She was a skinny teacher. Yeah, she was a skinny girl.
All right. Anything noticeable about her? Face tattoos or anything?
I don't think she had tattoos, and I think she had a pretty normal face.
Okay, normal face. No. All right, follow up with us, Tired Teacher. Let us know what your name is.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Let's see how normal that face is.
Yeah, let's send in a photo dispatch of that face, Tired Teacher. Let's see if we can line this all up. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get launched into the show full force. I got a bunch of emails coming in here. Another leak actually happening, which was so insane. I'll tell you about this. A major movie release leaks out. I'm going to play the whole thing in its entirety on YouTube just to make sure we get nuked today. I won't do that part, but I'll tell you what's going on. We'll get to your emails and a whole bunch of great content on the way today. A very busy Friday show, and that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Morning delays continue on I-4 eastbound in the Orlando area for those traveling by the major attractions exit.
Hello, hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show, everybody. It's Friday. It's Friday. Welcome in. Hang on, let me get Chompy fired up, our cameraman. Chompy, the cameraman, is fired up. I'm fired up. Are you fired up? YouTube, Twitch, TNJ chat. Hello, everybody. I'm late. Who's the guest? Elon Musk. That's right, yes. Yeah, he'll be on the show with us today. Elon Musk. Folks, today's the last day for your embarrassing stories, and my good God, do we have some good ones today. Hopefully, I do need prayers, please. Hopefully, we don't get nuked for that footage. I only played such a little bit. I only played the tiniest bit. It's a news show. Pray for us. Prayer emojis, please. We're going to need it. All right, we're back in a couple of minutes. Happy Friday, MFQ. What are you guys talking about? Raylan, Braylon, Galen? What are you even talking about? Did I miss a Halloween live show update this week? No. We'll probably talk about that on Tuesday in our meeting next week, and then I'll bring some information to you next week. For now, nothing new for you, but very soon. Howdy, Bird Nerd. Thoughts and prayers. Hope you get to my embarrassing story. I mean, it might be lost in the mix. Her name has changed, but it was Melcarrick. Melcarrick, is that right? Okay. I'll write it down. Okay, chat, let's get started. I want to play a little good idea, bad idea. Just to get you started here. Tell me if you think this is a good idea or a bad idea. ChatGPT has just announced something brand new. Brand spanking new. ChatGPT has launched iMessage integration into the OpenAI platform. iMessage's integration will give ChatGPT access to your entire text message history on your phone and give ChatGPT the ability to send text messages for you. The new integration will give ChatGPT your entire text message history and also allow it to send text messages for you. Is it a good idea or a bad idea? It's bad. I don't even need to hear what it is. Well, wait till you actually hear it in a second here. Did you see a story where the mailman beat up a peacock? I did. An F-no from the Stephapy. Thumbs down. I knew it. No, no, and no. TDG says, my business productivity has gone up 1,000% if that's the case. Yes, this is what they launched. The ability to get access in your iPhone to your full message history. Access all your texts, all your messages, and ChatGPT can dive through there and then respond. So you're not even going to know if you're getting texts from your friends. You're not even going to know if it's actually from them. It was like the last bastion of actual communication. In a way, right? Wasn't it? Like, it was the last bastion of, hey, well, if somebody sends me a text, I know it's probably from them. I doubt they put it into ChatGPT and copy-pasted it and sent the text message. Bad idea? I love using ChatGPT, but not on my text messages. That's a negative ghostwriter. Now stalkers will blame all the texts on ChatGPT. Might be true. Possibly. 90 seconds and we're back. I thought it was crazy. Who in their right mind would ever decide to let ChatGPT go through all your text messages? Literally, maybe like one of the more private things that you do in terms of your communication. That's a big no. That's a major no. I'm not doing it. And I think it's only going to lead to bad stuff. And you know, the chatter is right to point out, how does this go when somebody says, well, I didn't send that text message? You go, yeah, you did. No, I didn't send that text message. It was ChatGPT. Oh, shit. Now what do we do? Absolutely wild time to be alive. All right, we're coming back. Something else has leaked. I'll talk about that. I got these emails coming in. Oh, man, I wrote down that teacher's name, but I wrote it down so sloppy I can't read it. Malik? What? Malik? What? All right, here we go. We're coming back right now. Stand by, everybody.
Ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit journavix.com.
Last place in your fantasy league isn't just about losing. It's the group chat jokes, the punishment, a full year of hearing about it. I'm JJ Zacharyson, host of the Late Round Fantasy Football Podcast. Our players to target and players to avoid episodes tell you exactly who to circle and who to cross off. We're providing data-driven research on the podcast all season long, so that you're the one talking trash, not taking it. Download the free iHeartRadio app, search the Late Round Fantasy Football Podcast, and listen now.
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Less stress, more peace of mind. Cento Moving, CentoMoving.com.
Today is Mo Better with Josh Fowler, courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys. When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the new.
For a while in just a moment here. Plus, something else has leaked. But my God, everybody seemed to agree during the break over on chat. You can keep on with the show over at youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Everybody seemed that this was to agree that this was a bad idea. I was telling them that they just launched over at ChatGPT a new feature that will allow ChatGPT to have full access to iMessages. So like your entire text history on your phone will be available to ChatGPT, and then it can even respond. So like it could go through all of your text conversations. It'll know everything that's going on, and then it could even respond for you with the new ChatGPT iMessage integration. I thought, I will never do that.
Hell no, dude.
I will. Not only will I never do that, Josh, but I thought immediately, I was like, this feels like there's going to be some problems that come from this. And it also feels like it was one of the last things that you could guarantee somebody typed out. Like the message was definitely typed from a person. It wasn't from AI. And now you don't know when you get a text message.
That's true.
If that too was from some sort of AI technology. But that's a big no from me. Can you opt out of that? I think you have to opt in, Alien. I think you have to opt in to this feature.
So.
Yeah. I don't know what brought them to think this was a good idea that a lot of people would like, but I feel like no effing way. Somebody says, yeah. Like, I feel like this is going to take somebody who really wants to streamline their life. And then how do you know that somebody actually sent a text message?
You don't.
You don't. You have no idea what's what.
It seems like a new thing they've been pushing on the phone app where it wants to tie into your Apple Health information. I'm like, hell no, dude.
Yeah.
Every time I open it, it's like, tie into your health and fitness. I'm like, I don't want you knowing a damn thing about my biometrics.
I mean, how crazy is this? Like, within this year, it'll be the case that ChatGPT can have access to all of your emails, all your text messages, live data from your phone. in the health app so it can say, whoa. I see you just got that message from your program director and your heart seems to be racing right now. Do you want me to look up available jobs in radio and reply back to you with some other opportunities when iHeart cans you? Yes, please.
I mean,
yes.
That does sound kind of handy. I'll give him that.
Do that. Yeah, do that because the industry is thriving. Jaden, you couldn't have joined the industry at a better time. It's just
yeah. Tell me about it. I've been through like 4 cuts. I've been here for like 2 years.
that is insane.
The brutal world out there, Jaden, and it's only going to get worse. That's what you got to get real tough, real fast, and have a good vision. But I'm sure you do. I'm sure you're figuring things out pretty quickly. I did want to bring this up because something else is leaked out here. I can't even imagine how pissed off this company must be. But the story is that film buyers are fuming because Amazon accidentally leaked a whole ass movie. The movie is Jason Statham. You know that guy, right? The action hero,
the
dude.
transporter.
That guy, the bald dude. Film buyers fume as Amazon accidentally leaks Jason Statham's big budget Mutiny movie ahead of the movie theater release. It's a multi-million-dollar problem, says Deadline.com. So this is like this movie that's supposed to come out in a couple of days or whatever in movie theaters. And instead of putting a trailer up for it on Prime Video, somebody at Amazon made the ultimate mistake and just put the whole ass movie on there. And some people were going, I cannot believe I'm saying this right now, but I'm watching the entire movie that it isn't even released yet. Somebody says, I'm watching, hold on, is this the post? Here's the original post from this person. It says, I'm watching Jason Statham's new movie, Mutiny, streaming on Amazon for free right now. This has to be a huge mistake, right? My theater has showtime starting this week. And then somebody shows the credits for the movie.
No.
Like, they must have been able to get through the whole thing, I would imagine, if they got that far. Another person, here's another person. They said, somebody's getting fired over at Amazon. They uploaded Jason Statham's new movie, Mutiny, on Prime a day before it hits theaters facepalm. So I can only imagine how pissed off they are. It's a $50 million movie. Lionsgate paid 8 figures for the movie, and a lot of the movie theaters are absolutely pissed off. This is an unprecedented situation. One fuming international buyer told us it's a major F-up. I've never been in this situation before. What's clear is this is a multi-million-dollar problem for Amazon, and buyers will expect a check to be written to help resolve this. One person who worked on the project said, what the hell? There are serious repercussions for distributors here. Oh, my God. The response was to Amazon accidentally leaking out this Jason Statham big budget movie ahead of the release. Yeah, that's a big, fat mistake on their end. So there you go. A couple of emails rolling in. Let's see what we got here. I don't usually take emails on a Rate My Blank. I want you to be over on the dispatch side, but I'll let one squeak in here because Exquisite emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Hey, junkies. In sophomore year of college, they said, they're sending in an embarrassing story for Rate My Blank, Rate My Embarrassing Story this week. Sophomore year of college, I had a crush on a guy in one of my classes. It was a small school, so we crossed paths enough to have small conversations here and there. During the break, he ends up moving back home on the other side of the country. A few months go by, and I enter my dorm where my roommate is in there looking very serious. She told me he had died. My other friends were in there for support. Oh, my God. So this guy she was digging, I guess they came in and said he had died.
All right.
I'm incredibly upset. So young and everything was ahead of him. Also, one of the first instances of if you like someone, just let them know. Don't waste your chance. It was the late 90s, so I think I used whitepages.com to find his parents' address. I wanted to send a sympathy card and put a little note in there explaining my feelings, and I asked if they could put it on his grave. Is that a weird request?
When you did you say you never actually met the guy or
they
dated?
Met, they were flirty, but they weren't actually. She had a crush on him. They had some small conversations, and then he died. And she wanted to use. She wanted the parents, when she found their address, to take the sympathy card she was going to send and put it on his grave. I think you got to take that to the grave yourself.
Yeah.
I think you have to go over there.
Yeah.
A few weeks later, I run into one of his friends talking about how crazy life is, and I was so sad at what happened. His friend looked at me saying, he didn't die. I said, I heard from somebody that something had happened. Nope, he's alive. Then I go back to saidwhitepages.com and I call his parents and they said, yep, we got your card, but he's fine. So I apologized profusely and I felt so awkward. Icing on the cake, he came back to school the next year. The first time I saw him, we looked at each other and I knew he knew. It was extra awkward. Plus, he started dating some other girl and I would see them all the time.
Oh, man.
FYI, I asked my roommate why she thought this in the first place, and she said she heard it from somebody else. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. Thank you. All right, there you go. That is embarrassing. You thought somebody was dead.
I cringed from it, so.
Yeah, I mean, but you didn't send it in as a dispatch, so I can't do much to help you out here. Evan emails the show to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Hey, fellas, Evan says, I'm on the cusp of another Secret Shows evening here. He's talking about the premium bonus shows over on thenewsjunkie.com. I wanted to acknowledge how entertaining it's been to be a subscriber. Look at you.
Wow.
The combination of Sean, Sealand, and Josh has proved to be a reliable source of entertainment. Mike, wow.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. Something I've definitely grown to look forward to each week. So this is my endorsement. Anybody who may be on the fence, it's good stuff. It's familiar, it's fun, it's uncensored without being grotesque, and Josh really shines when he's let off the chain. What?
I'm chained.
Yeah, are you implying that I'm keeping him on the chain somehow? Is that
the chain here is sobriety, sir?
Yeah, but for right now, yeah, true.
Yeah.
I also appreciate the regular clips from a lot of familiar listeners. It's a great community. I'm appreciative, I think it means, and I'm happy to continue to support the show. I encourage others to give it a try. Thank you. God, it's almost like I wrote that myself, but I promise you, I did not in this one particular case. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll get into, I've got an update on the flock stories that you cannot miss out on. I'm really interested in this new strategy that's happening here. I also have body cam that I'm going to play for you of police confronting a teacher about having sex with one of her students. And she walks them through the classroom and explains everything that was going on. So brace yourself for that. Oh, by the way, I got the name of the supposed teacher, not to tie it to this story, Jaden, but then when I wrote it down, I realized my handwriting's so bad, I can't read it anymore. Malank? I'm starting with an M? Malank? Does that ring a bell at all?
No,
your teacher?
Not at all. I thought it was Miss Johnson. I thought
that seems too easy,
right?
Yeah.
I definitely had a teacher named Miss Johnson at one point. I thought it was fourth grade. Maybe it wasn't.
No, they said Polanski? I don't know. I wrote it down so bad.
Polanski.
It's not Polanski, not Roman Polanski. My God. Okay, so when we come back, we'll get to the body cam footage of that teacher and the story, what's going on with her, and the new switch up on the flock camera debate. You got to hear all of this, and it's coming up now. Oh, Melcarrick? Is that ring a bell or no?
A little bit.
It's okay if it's not your teacher. It doesn't matter. Back in a second. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie. Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Here's the deal, everybody. We have not been nuked off of YouTube yet. Keep your prayers coming in. And I also want you to know, every like on this YouTube video is a prayer to help save us from the YouTube overlords. So liking this video will bulletproof us. If we can get over 200 likes, it will make this video. It's like a loophole in the YouTube law. You say something, Josh? Okay, sorry. Who's this guest? This is Jaden. Jaden works for one of the other stations. C-Lane's out, and he's in Nashville today. Jaden is actually the son of somebody we've had on Secret Shows, Brian Grimes. Some of you might know him from XL. Johnny's House. Brian Grimes, that's his son. Why are you getting nuked off of YouTube? We can't discuss it any further. Discussing it further could lead to the problem, which would lead to the nuking of the YouTube channel, possibly. Don't want to deal with that. Folks, any of you who are getting ready to have a child, Chaos, perhaps you're ready for some more. Chaos has twins, everybody. He's got 2 adorable little girls. But I think it's time for 3 more. And you must know that there's a controversial trend going on in baby names right now. There has been a meteoric rise in the world of baby names in gun and violence-related names. So people are now naming their kids names like Trigger, Shooter, Caliber, Wesson, which is quite close to Wasson, Mace, Dagger. Who's naming their kid Dagger? Dagger. Boone, Stetson, Maverick, Dutton. These are all names that are taking off in use right now. Colt's been around for a little while. Blade and Cannon. Brother, could you imagine if you were named Dagger by your parents? What's your name? Dagger. I'm Dagger. Remington is cool. Blaze is cool. Blaze is okay, but I don't know about Dagger. You seem like you're going to end up in a mugshot on the local news, and you'll be more likely to be featured because your name is Dagger, especially if you stab somebody in that news story. That's absolutely the case. 2 minutes and we're coming back live. Every child born in Bithlow, Bushnell, and the acreage? True. Although I didn't know any Daggers. I didn't meet any kids that were Dagger. When we come back, we got to get into the flock cameras. There's a new twist in this whole thing. And here's what the new twist is. Law enforcement loves the flock cameras. They really do. They're over the moon about the flock cameras. People do not like the flock cameras right now. People are cutting down the flock cameras. They're spraying foam on the flock cameras to destroy them, make them so they can't see anything. But the cops are trying to fight back. And I've got the particular strategy that they're using, and I want to talk about that. We also got this teacher body cam footage too. We're coming back right now. Stand by.
Journavx is a non-opioid 50 milligram prescription tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain that reduces pain signals before they reach the brain. Before those signals tell the brain to feel
like I punched an angry beehive.
And pain reduction can finally begin. Do not take Journavx with CYP3A inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems, as these may increase side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medicines if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Journavx may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes. To learn more about Journavx, ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit journavx.com.
The countdown to the NFL season is on, and Fox Sports Radio is where you join the conversation with the Dan Patrick Show.
You got some interesting scenarios here.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
You have to strike when the iron is hot in the NFL.
And more. Download the iHeartRadio app, search NFL, and listen now.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
Radio. Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This
great. And you made it a Friday, for God's sake. You learn more about the show by going over to the website, which is thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. There's a lot of blab about the flock camera stuff. People are losing their minds. People are cutting them down. People are going and sitting next to them and holding up signs to block the cameras. Some guy had a pool skimmer out there so we could block the cameras.
What's your name?
Another person drove by, and Josh, you'll remember that. Didn't the guy say he would bail him out or something?
Yeah, he said he'd come get him once the cops pick him up.
Yeah, so he said, if you get busted, like, I'm going to support you for protesting the flock cameras. But here's the twist. Here's the thing that I see going on here now, and you're going to notice this if you haven't noticed it already moving forward. As much as you might not like the flock cameras, and these cameras, if you don't know, there are hundreds of thousands of them across the country and probably near you somewhere. There's even maps out there that you can look up flock maps, and you'll see where you could find all of them in your neighborhood.
Antifa maps.
And then you can even plot out a way to get around town where you don't have to go by the flock cameras, which seems nefarious, but, nevertheless. And a lot of people get mad about these because they scan everybody's license plate. They scan your vehicle. And it's even more than just saying, like, this was a red Toyota license plate, whatever. They will say this was a red Toyota with an Atlanta Falcons sticker on the back window and Calvin and Hobbes peeing on a Ford sign or whatever. Like, they'll specifically, like, detail stickers. It'll say it has a News Junkie magnet on the back of the car, if you happen to have one of those for Game of Magnets. It puts all that information out there, and they're all over the place. Somebody says the area near them, Pine Hills, has 167 flock cameras alone. Is that true? That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot if true. But the flock cameras are everywhere, and there's some people who are not super thrilled about them, as you might imagine. So it seems like the strategy being deployed by the people who do like them, which is the cops, is to say over and over and over again in stories how useful they are. Like, for instance, I see this story today about a 41-year-old man who carjacked an elderly woman, which you're not supposed to do.
No, that's against the law.
So he carjacked an elderly woman, led authorities on a high-speed pursuit, reaching speeds of up to 137 miles per hour.
Jesus.
Then drove into oncoming traffic before crashing and running from police officers. This guy stole a vehicle near a destination Daytona. Scott Taylor is his name. Then eventually they crashed, and they said, look, the reason we got this guy, the reason we were able to get a hold of him is because we found the information on flock cameras, and we were able to track him down because of the flock cameras. I said, oh, that's interesting. It's like sort of positive flock camera news.
Sure, you got one.
Then I see another story about how there was a Lego theft going on, and 2 corrections officers were arrested after stealing $3,000 in Lego merch and Pokemon stuff and all kinds of stuff from Walmart locations. And then they just happened to work in, hey, by the way, we were able to capture these people because of the flock cameras. That's why we got the bad guys off the street. Then there's a homicide case that came out, some guy in West Virginia. And they said this guy fatally shot a Vero Beach, Florida hairdresser and then fled to West Virginia. And how did they catch him? Well, they caught him on the flock cameras. So it's pretty clear to me that there's something going on here where law enforcement saying we don't want to lose too much public support for flock cameras, which I think they already have. But we want to fight back on this a little bit and tell people just how useless, or useful, I guess I should say, tell us how useful these actually are and how it's keeping them safer. And that is something that's actively happening that I see in a bunch of these stories. Let us know if you've seen that as well. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now.
Maybe too little, too late, though. They've already got so much bad press ahead of that.
Man, it's not good. I would say approval. Is there a do we look up a poll on flock cameras? I don't know if we already looked this up.
Let's find out.
Yeah, look up flock camera approval poll, Josh, and let me know. We'll see what's going on with that. But I would imagine they're not super popular. Unless it's just a really loud minority of people. But okay, here we go. I have a couple of people I want to get to here on your dispatches. You can send yours over at thenewsjunkie.com. And whatever you have on your mind is fine with us. Let's see what we have. Here's Wessendorf. And Wessendorf says, I have an embarrassing story for Rate My Blank. Okay.
All right.
Hey, News Junkie. Just subscribed last night and watched Secret Shows. It was awesome. I have an embarrassing story. when I was in high school, I went to go sneak in and get jiggy with my girlfriend back at the time.
You say get jiggy with...
He did. He did.
I mean, I know what he's talking about, but I haven't myself heard anybody refer to it as getting jiggy.
Be nice. He's a new subscriber.
Oh, you're true. Sure, I shouldn't burn the bridge just yet. You're right. Hang on. Let me get back.
And then get jiggy with my girlfriend back at the time. Her mom came up, tried to talk to her, and I had to hide butt naked, and my girlfriend's dog came and started licking
I'm just gonna,
buddy.
Thank you for being a new subscriber, sir. I can see in the transcript what comes next. I'm going to stop you. I'm going to hit the brakes on that. It's very embarrassing. Yes. We'll never know.
No, I don't need to know that.
We will never know. Here's another one. This is from Jimmy.
Okay, my most embarrassing moment, and there's so many to choose from. If you remember, behind the late, great Wet and Wild was a lake that had a cable knee ski set up. I was there with some friends and a girl that I was really interested in. I had snow skied for years, so I was really confident that I could impress her. Well, when it came time for me to be pulled off the dock, I forgot to lean back and went headfirst into the water, still holding onto the handle, being dragged through the water while my bathing suit slid down around my knees.
Oh, no.
So everyone got a good look at my lily white ass. I finally let go and swam back to the dock to a lot of laughter and applause. I never did get a date with the girl, and to this day, when my friends see me, they never let me forget it.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
If you embarrass yourself in front of your friends, I think there's a small window where it's okay to make fun. Like a year, you have 365 days, and you can make fun of it. But imagine Josh does something embarrassing when he's 15.
Never going to happen.
And then 45 years later, you run into one of your friends like, remember that time, Josh? It's
I can't even be mad because I would do the same thing.
Yeah, it's too long. And I'm glad he didn't say the jiggy thing again. That's good. What do kids say nowadays for that, Jaden? Is there a new word I'm missing out on?
I'm kind of an old soul, so I'm out of the pop culture words, but I'm going to start saying I'm getting jiggy with it.
You shouldn't.
I got you. You're getting cracked these days.
There we go. You're getting cracked.
Yeah, that I've heard. That one I think I've heard.
I am not a chopped unk.
You might be cool enough to bring something back like that, but for right now, I think that might be on ice. Let's see what else we got. Here's this person says embarrassing is an understatement. We will be the judge of that. Let's see.
What up, junkies? Hey, about 10 years ago, me, my wife, and my daughter were at Walgreens cashing out. I paid the guy. He handed me my receipt, and he said, "Have a good day." Now, my brain wanted to respond with, "You too, dude." And my mouth wanted to respond with, "You too, bud." And they came out together. And I looked at this 6'5", 250-pound black man with dreads and said, "You too, boo."
Oh, no.
Boo. I called a grown-ass man boo. Right in front of my daughter, my 16-year-old daughter, I called a grown-ass man boo.
That's the one that C-Lane will never recover from. And I will, even 30 years from now, bring it up because it made me laugh so hard.
It's funny.
When he was in the hallway at iHeart and he was chatting with somebody, and then when they went to say goodbye, he went to fist bump him and he said, "See you later, booed." And it just kind of melted as a person he's going to say buddy or dude. And I still, to this day, love that moment. But yeah, one more for now. Let's see. Here is Maui with a dispatch for us.
I was a cashier at a grocery store.
Nice.
While I was pregnant with my daughter. And during my pregnancy, I had really bad gas. And I would normally just go to the bathroom and let it all out every so often.
Congrats.
But this one time I just had to let some of it out.
I feel like we just met and you are telling me a lot of information.
I mean,
yourself.
You did ask for embarrassing stories and it's starting out pretty good.
I know, but it's good so far. But I really thought I feel uncomfortable by the amount of things that you're sharing with me right now, Maui. Okay, what else happened here?
So I farted, thinking that it wouldn't be very loud, and also that maybe the noise around us would cover what I did.
Would you work in a factory?
And I could see out of the corner of my eye that the man standing behind me totally heard it, and then he could smell it too.
Is that it?
And I just stood there staring straight ahead, working and pretending like I did not just fart.
Okay, all right. I'm going to stop you. Thank you. That is embarrassing. I'm going to bookmark it. At this point, Jaden's wondering what the hell he stumbled into here.
I love it. We're just crop dusting random people at a grocery store.
Yeah, I guess so. There's something funnier about it when a woman does it for some reason. I don't know why. But I would laugh I would like double over laughing if I saw that happen in public, I think.
And pregnant, farting for two.
And pregnant. And then you feel really bad if you make fun of them, you know? It's like, yeah, there we go. Somebody says, don't fart on my pub sub, lady. Okay, I'm going to do one more for now. This is the last one. Here is Fatty Matty. Go ahead. Hello?
Hey, junkies.
There he is.
I got an embarrassing story. I used to work at Dick's Sporting Goods.
That is embarrassing.
On these.
I had epilepsy.
That's not it.
The kind of epilepsy where you just zone out and you don't convulse or anything. You're just kind of there.
Yeah.
And
that's a form of epilepsy where you just zone out?
I think it's called, correct me if I'm wrong, absent seizures, I believe.
I have never heard of this in my life.
It's a real thing. You don't convulse. You just you kind of lose what's happening for a second.
All right, I've never heard it. So you daze? You go off
pretty much.
Okay, I do that. I don't know if I have it.
Oh
Abraham on Twitch says part of the embarrassment is calling a national radio show to confess. That's true. Yeah, that's part of the whole thing. I think that's built into it.
I was in the middle of the floor room, and I had an episode, and then when I wake up or come back to it, my pants are wet. I look down.
All right, I got to stop him because of some of the things he says moving forward. He peed his pants, is what he's getting at. Yeah, he said when he realized that he peed his pants, he used the seizures as an excuse, and he said to his boss, "Hey, I need to go home. I had a seizure and I peed my pants." And he said, "Yeah, dude, get out of here." So if you're reaching back for a really solid excuse on why you need to get out of work, this is a good one. This is one that you can use if you really need to. Yeah, launch into the epilepsy excuse, as they call it. I want to get into this teacher who is in trouble. The body cam has been released. The cops going into this teacher in Port Charlotte. Josh, where's Port Charlotte? Where the hell is that?
That's Florida, isn't it?
Is it? Port Charlotte. And she was a Port Charlotte high school teacher.
Oh, wait. Nope. Yep. Florida. Nailed it.
Okay. Port Charlotte. The high school teacher's name is Heather Mashburn Smith. And they went into her classroom and they followed her around. I guess she just kind of admitted to what was going on. So I'll save that. We'll get to that in just a bit here on the show. An email coming in real quick, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Somebody says, I wanted to take a moment to weigh in on something you were talking about the other day in the homeschool debate. I have a lot to say. I'm a former teacher married to an inner city high school teacher. I homeschooled my kids for 10 years and then sent them to public school when I divorced their father and went back to the workforce. I think my view on this is well-rounded. There are some public schools that do a great job and some that don't. Some private schools that do a great job and some that don't. And there are some homeschools that do a great job and certainly some that don't. To deny parents the right to choose is wrong. See, I agree with you on that. That's why you keep going on this, and I'm not going to go too much further into it, but I agree with you. I think taking away the ability for totally competent parents who want to homeschool their kids, that's where I have a problem. I want freedom of choice. I want people to be able to decide. If you're in a great school district and your school is awesome and your kid can go to public school, fantastic. That's great. That's good. If not, and you can afford to go to private school, okay, good for you. But if you don't have those options and then homeschooling is the best option for you, I don't want a person not to be able to do that. You must submit your kids to the state. That's a little bit weird to me. But thank you for the email. I appreciate it, and I hard agree with you. Sweet Pea sends that to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I'll get to that body cam footage of the teacher. We'll get into that in just a bit here as we roll on a Friday. Join us on the show with your comments over at tips@thenewsjunkie.com or record a dispatch on the website right now. All right, quick break. When we come back, I'll get into the body cam footage, and some people got stuck on an amusement park ride, and they just found out what their payout is going to be. is absolutely unbelievable. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coke Zero Sugar 400.
Hello, hello. Welcome behind the scenes. It is Friday. Yesterday's secret show drops at 5 p.m. on demand. All right? Everybody will be able to watch the latest secret show, which was a good time. There were some wild clips on there. You'll be able to watch it at 5 p.m. today. Our goal, 25 premium subscriptions. We're at two subscribers so far. You can subscribe to support the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Or if you're already a subscriber, gift some subscriptions to spread the word. And you can pick up bonus items like this. Look at that. It's the OG magnet. It's the original design. Back again. That's one of the items you can claim for each gift that you do. Bootsy says, I've been stuck on It's a Small World like 18 times. Here's the deal. Tell me if you think this is crazy. All right. First the shot, then the chaser. There is an amusement park ride called Atmosphere. ATMOS, capital FEAR. Atmosphere. The Atmosphere ride. And 28 people got stuck on this. Now, hang on. Let me see here. Atmosphere ride. Okay, let's see. All right, here's the ride. I don't know if you guys can see this. That's the ride. You guys have been on one of these before? I don't know what they call them. It's sort of like a spindle ride. Let me give you a better look at it. It's got sort of these harnesses like this. And it spins you upside down and around. Here's a good shot of it. Oh, hang on. I can't show you that. Let me see. Here's a good shot of it. And that's them stuck upside down. All right? So these folks were on this ride. The ride broke. They were upside down on the Atmosphere ride, and they were stuck for 25 minutes. Now, let's start with that. That's pretty bad, right? 25 minutes stuck upside down on the Atmosphere ride. Sounds like a nightmare, right? They were just awarded by a jury in Oregon $275,000 each. Worth it? 25 minutes stuck upside down on the Atmosphere ride, and they got $275,000? $275,000 each. If they want volunteers to try it again, who's in? Who's in? $275,000. Everybody survived. Nobody was hurt. Just 25 minutes upside down. I wouldn't even have thought, if I was on that ride and it broke like that I was going to get any money. I wouldn't have thought that I was going to get, I'd be like, oh, it just happens sometimes. The ride breaks. That's how it goes. That's crazy. Worth it? Yes or no? Worth it? Yes or no? F yeah. I volunteer. Flat says, Grady Judd loves flock cameras and doesn't have body cams on his deputies. Is that true? In 2026, they don't have body cams? That's bullshit. I'll pass. You're straight up lying, Florida Scratcher. Straight up lying. All you have to do is sit on a ride upside down on the Atmosphere for 25 minutes for $275,000 and you're going to pass? That is, you're just lying. You're just lying. There's no way. You're not independently wealthy enough to turn down that much money. I call bullshit. No way, no how. You got to tell me, if I came up to you right now and said, I'm going to give you $275,000, that's enough for a down payment on a house. I'm going to give you $275,000. All you have to do is sit on this ride upside down for 25 minutes. No shot you're turning it down. You're full of it. Do you have to pay taxes on that money? I don't know. If you're upside down long enough, you could die. Is that even true? Aren't the astronauts in space technically upside down all the time? But I guess it's a little different. Hold on. Stand by. Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's on your mind?
From here forward, I want you to remember something. You're tiny. You're a little tiny person. You're like 1 inch tall, okay?
Sure.
Right.
For this moment, I'll roll with being a 1 inch tall little sidekick.
All right, thanks.
What's next?
Here's the deal. A $275,000 payout for these people that were on a fair ride that was upside down for 25 minutes. Somebody in chat said you could die if you were upside down for too long. True or false?
Let me check. That's generally true. Being upside down for a few minutes usually isn't deadly, but 25 minutes is long enough to be seriously risky. Blood pools in your head, pressure rises, and breathing can get hard. It doesn't mean everyone will die, but it's not a harmless thing.
Damn. So he's saying Chatter was correct. Like, you could die. I think you would have to be upside down for a really long time. 25 minutes, they said, couldn't do it. Thank you, Man Kicking, for the gifted sub. Thank you to the other one that I missed, but I'll pull it up. I'll make sure you get a shout out. Thank you for both of those. Appreciate the support. That gets us up to 8. Just like that, baby. All right, stand by. We're coming back.
Affect your truck's performance. Plus, you'll get an extended warranty worth thousands. Make a power move. Schedule Recall 67A today at CumminsRecall.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is...
Believe you either. We still got to get to this teacher on the body cam footage. You'll hear it of the cops going into her classroom as they confront her about sleeping with a student. And I guess she just admits to everything. I haven't heard it yet. I'm waiting for the moment to listen to it with you. We'll see how that goes in a moment here. But the folks on chat, I have to call you out. It's a Friday, and I don't know why, but you're lying. I just think you're not telling the truth.
What'd they do?
I don't think they're telling the truth on this. And I want to see, Josh and Jaden, I want to see what you guys would do in this case. This is an absolutely true story, all right? This happened at a fair or something in the state of Oregon. And there were these folks who were on this ride, and the ride was called Atmosphere. I'll show you here. Hold on, Atmosphere, like Atmos, F-E-A-R. And it's one of these fair rides. Hold on, Atmosphere ride. It's one. I don't know if you guys have ever been on one like this. It's kind of like you're on this thing and it spins around. I don't even know how to describe this thing.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I think I see what. Yeah, I think I've been on one of those, actually.
How would you describe this?
It's it's like the pirate swing ride, but you're on a spinning thing instead of just sitting in a pirate ship.
Yeah, and so you're on like a circle that spins around, and the circle is at the end of like a cylinder, and that spins around while you're spinning around. It's sort of like like a version of the pirate ship ride, but a little more intense. And here's an example of this. Hang on, this was a disaster when it happened, and folks got stuck on this ride. Okay. So here's what it looked like. They were stuck upside down. They're trapped upside down on this ride at the fair.
No, thank you.
Not fun, right? Doesn't seem like a good time.
No.
All right. I mean, I don't even know if you guys would go on this to begin with, but you're looking at it. Oh, somebody says a pendulum. Yeah, it's like a pendulum,
yes.
Right? So this pendulum ride, they get stuck on it. They're on it for 25 minutes, stuck like this. There's some teenagers, some younger folks, and eventually they get them down. They get the ride all fixed up. And cut to this week. There was a trial, and all of them that were stuck on this ride got $275,000.
Hell yeah.
For being stuck on the ride upside down for 25 minutes. And some of these flat out liars on chat were saying that they would not take the money, that it's not worth it, that they
That's
would turn it down.
over 10 grand a minute. Hell yeah, dude.
I would 100% take that.
Absolutely.
Like, if I could go up on that ride, and I know it's not fun. I don't want to get stuck upside down in the middle of the air. Jaden, would you take $275,000 for 25 minutes stuck like that?
Yeah, I think I would have to. I mean, that changes my life. I mean, don't get me wrong. It would be torture for the whole 25 minutes. I would hate every second of it. My eyes would be closed. But of course I need that money. I'm going to take it.
Somebody said you could die, which I guess is true. I guess, like, from being upside down long enough, you could die because all the blood is rushing away.
As a famous person once said, you get rich or you die trying.
You're right, yeah. He's right. Jaden's right. It's $275,000. That's game-changing money, man. That's a down payment on a house or something.
Big house.
So he says you could buy the entire ride for that amount? I don't know if that's true or not. But
you might be able to with those carny rides.
It's serious. That's a lot of money. So I ask you, would you take $275,000 for being stuck upside down on a fair ride for 25 minutes? And some of you folks, I just don't believe, say no. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, to this teacher, I love the juxtaposition of what's happening in this particular case. But this teacher got busted, and she was, I guess, having sex with the student and in the classroom and everything. And the cops showed up, and they just released the body cam footage of this. So I want to see what this sounds like. Heather Mashburn Smith is 37 years old, and this is the footage of her with the cops in the classroom. Hopefully we can hear this. Let's see. Here we go. Let me hit play.
Without trying not to touch anything, I realize it's been a while, like 9 days or so.
It felt farther back here, but
They're walking her through the classroom.
these desks might have just been moved farther this way. But I feel like it was these desks.
Well, I got to talk to Moses, but I feel like this would not be recommended by most attorneys. Like, she's going back to the scene to tell them exactly what happened.
A terribly stupid idea.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't do this. It was super illegal, gross, all that stuff. Terrible crime, throw behind bars. But if you did it, she's going and doing a walkthrough and explaining where she banged the student in the classroom. God, I hope you got a deal for that.
And just for the record, after the sexual activity occurred, you had wiped these desks down with Clorox?
Just this one.
That one?
And like the floor area. But I don't know why everything seems so different. It seemed like...
Oh, yes, it's a little different in the classroom when you're not banging a student. It's
I mean, maybe there's a reason for this, but why is wiping the desk down with a Clorox wipe pertinent information to the investigation?
I think, I do not know, but I think they're implying that there may have been things left behind, and so they wanted to make sure that it wasn't just left there for the next student to lean into.
Oh, God.
Put your trapper keeper. Is that still a thing?
No.
Put your trapper keeper down on a bunch of that? That's no good. Let's see what else she says.
Like more here that it happened, not here. So I think everything shifted a little bit. Everything slides a lot during the day because the kids don't
it does.
push the chairs out. They push the desk forward. So the desks get moved around a lot. But I think these might have just been moved farther because originally I was thinking it was those, but that doesn't make sense to me. So I'm pretty sure.
I like how the cops are just like, oh, okay, all right,
yeah, sure.
We're all wandering around this pirate-themed classroom as this woman just gives all the details about when she was doing this with one of the students in the classroom, and they're just very nonchalant about it too.
There's these ones.
And is this the one where he had just put in, or is this okay? And then where else? Where was the other actual?
Like right here in a chair.
What chair? Oh, like would it be a student chair?
Yeah, it was just a random chair.
Okay, so it's not this one that's pointing right there towards the mirror. Okay, all right. And so I know you stated you were on top of him, were you facing or facing away?
I was facing him.
It's so matter of
And
fact.
Were you facing the back wall, side wall?
I was facing this way, and he was facing that way. The chair was facing that way.
Okay.
I'm on the verge of wondering if they're going to have her reenact this thing. Like, all right,
I
show
hope
us
not.
how. Yeah, what positions were you doing? What were you doing there?
Officer Smith is going to sit in the chair.
Right. The cop's going to sit down. This is very, very strange.
You can leave your Disney World hoodie on.
MFQ says, are they just trying to find which desk to swab for DNA? I don't think so, because this was like a week to 9 days or something after the teacher had done this. It's very, very strange, but that's what's happening
It was
here.
like sitting on top of him.
Okay.
Sitting on top of him.
Regarding the digital and the where would that have happened?
Everything happened right here.
Kind of right in this same area. Okay. Were these desks always involved? Like you're just leaning on, or?
I mean, I guess you can say sometimes we leaned on them, yeah.
Oh, God.
But, I mean, as far as the intercourse goes, this was the desk I leaned back on.
And was the desk, I assume, oriented the same way, although maybe slid over?
Slid over.
Okay. And did you lay on it from the front this way, from the back this way, from the side?
This way.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I thought she was going to lay down on it. I really thought she was going to do that.
It's a very serious crime. I'm really struggling to understand the importance of why he has to get all this information from her.
Yeah, it sounds like she already admitted to all of this, but they walked her through the classroom and she told them in graphic detail how she had sex with a 17-year-old student who was in her class. Heather Mashburn Smith was candid with police officers at Port Charlotte High School when this all happened. And I don't know if she's been sentenced just yet. I think the case is still going on. It began with the pair flirting on Snapchat, which is where all of it starts, or a lot of it starts. Yeah. The teenager called her pretty, and then that escalated to all of this going down in the classroom here. My God, absolutely bizarre. Okay, we're going to see what you have for us. A lot of dispatches coming in, and I am always interested in what's on your mind. So we'll work in a few of those when we can. A lot of most embarrassing moments. I'm not a hippie. He's usually dispatching about the WNBA as of late, but now he's got an embarrassing moment for us. So let's hear from him.
Okay, my most embarrassing moment came when I was in the 6th grade. I had a crush on this one particular girl, so I wrote her a letter. A couple days later, she wrote me back, said she wasn't interested, and decided to circle all the misspelled words in my letter. And talking about feeling like S in the 6th grade. But in college, I took up journalism and became a 5-time published author.
There you go.
And so I'm guessing she helped me out in a way.
That helps sometimes.
Yeah, being a 6th grader and being in that situation, totally embarrassing. Hippie out.
Yeah, circling your misspellings to
you learned.
Highlight how dumb you are at the moment. You did though. You turned it around. Look at you go, man.
Be
Thank you
funny
for
if
that.
she gave him a letter grade.
Right. I'm going to bookmark that because I did like that story. One more. Here's Big Mark. He's joining us with his Rate My Blank entry.
Hey, what's up, Sean, Josh, and Jaden? Hey, my embarrassing story is I was 15 years old. My mom had taken myself and my sisters to the library.
Yeah.
I was inside. I had ignored my mom several times when she said she was ready to go. She eventually came back inside and grabbed me, pulled me outside the library and started yelling at me. I mouthed off. I don't know exactly what I said to her, but my mom slapped me so hard that my glasses flew off my face. It was like a cartoon slap where she cocked back.
Wait, hold on. So he's mouthing off to his mom in the library, and she had enough, and she just slapped the hell out of him?
That's what it sounds like.
He says the glasses flew right off his face and landed away from him?
And slapped my glasses off. They landed about 10 feet away from me. The most embarrassing thing was there was a family walking past as this happened. The lady looked at me, laughed.
And I looked at her.
And the kids that she had with her all laughed at me as I stand there fumbling around trying to find my glasses on the floor.
I thought that was going to go into, and that lady was Hillary Rodham Clinton, or like there was going to be a twist on that at the end. Your mom just slapped the hell out of you. I mean, thank you. I appreciate the story.
That could be embarrassing.
Yeah, that could be. Absolutely.
In person?
Yeah, you don't want that to happen. Nowadays, they'll probably arrest your ass for it, but I guess back in the day, they wouldn't do that so much. Let us know what you have for your stories and your entries for Rate My Blank this week. Rate My Embarrassing Story over at thenewsjunkie.com. Thanks for sending that in. I'm just saying, I don't believe you for a second that you wouldn't go on a ride upside down for 25 minutes for $275,000. That's a hell of a payout, man. That's good money for being upside down for a little while. Okay, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll see what you have going on with more of your emails rolling in here on the show. I've got to get to this police officer busted for a hot chick database. Then the people who are really going through it right now, I really feel for these folks. Wait till you hear the details of what's happening. They've been 9 days and counting without power. Why? What's going on? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Real pastrami sandwiches aren't like sliced thin.
Jim likes his meat girthy.
Yeah. I like girthy meat. It's a little too clean on that one. I wish somebody would have thought.
311.
Why didn't someone interrupt me then?
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome behind the scenes. How are you doing? It's so good to see you. Don't forget, Secret Shows drops at 5 p.m. Thank you, Gooch Will Kill, for the 2 gifted. Breakfast Club told me it's racism keeping Gary without power. Gary, Indiana. Man, ice cold take. It shouldn't even be controversial. I saw that, John Ossoff went on that Breakfast Club show. White people should stop going on the Breakfast Club. White people should not go on the Breakfast Club. There's this weird power dynamic that show shifts on white guests. I've seen it happen with like the one of the famous ones, what they did with Post Malone. It's fucked up, man. It's weird. They always like utilize race as like a cudgel in these sorts of interviews that they're doing. I think the last one was they were talking about Carmelo Anthony, and they had Ossoff, that candidate. They had Ossoff in the studio, and he's so backed against the wall. He's like, there wasn't any black people on the jury for Carmelo Anthony, so therefore justice wasn't served, and it wasn't a fair trial. Meanwhile, the guy's either too uninformed or just completely disconnected from reality, or scared of like the black radio hosts with him being a lily white dude in there. He's too scared to say the truth. I don't know what's going on. But the truth of the matter was they had many potential black jurors in the Carmelo Anthony case, and almost all of them said that they didn't feel comfortable putting a young black man in jail. So, you have to dismiss those jurors. It was literally a problem. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of them knew it was sort of a get out of jury duty free card. Like all you have to do is say that line. But what a stupid thing, man. How dumb. Don't go on that show anymore. Silly Goose says, Sean, my wife is off work today and watching the show for the first time. Can you do a quick rundown on the Clancy situation? Oh, God. Please don't make me do this. I'm so like, it's so strange. I'm spun watching this story. So this is this woman who, unfortunately, I don't want to talk about it too much because it's such a dark story. This lady killed her kids. She killed her 3 kids. And it looks like she was way over medicated. She was going through a lot of stuff and spiraling and dealing with postpartum depression. And like that court case should proceed, and they should hear all of the information to try to figure out whether or not she was in the frame of mind where she should serve a long sentence or not. But it sprung up this reaction in a lot of people online. And the reaction has been people like supporting her. There's $1 million in a GoFundMe right now for her. Now, it can't technically be for Lindsay Clancy. It can't, because anybody convicted of a violent crime cannot have a GoFundMe. It's illegal. They had one for Carmelo Anthony. You cannot have a GoFundMe for somebody convicted of a violent crime. So they had to make the GoFundMe for her parents. But people have donated $1 million to it. And there's like waves of sympathy in this case. It's craziness. It's just very, very bizarre to watch. James Talrico got a couple good sound bites on it. Well, good. I wouldn't go on that show. Nothing against him, and not like commentary about the quality of the show or the content or anything, but I've absolutely seen that they employ a strategy where when a white person comes in there, it's sort of like this outnumbered strategy that they do. And I think that's shitty. So I think you should lean into it if that's what they want to do. 2 minutes and we're back live. Thank you, Jam Pin, for the 2 gifted. The Breakfast Club completely changed their dynamics and questioning when they have a white guest on. 100%. It's so painfully obvious to everybody watching it. They utilize the racial differences as a weapon in the interview. And sometimes they get people like bending over backwards to be like, I'm totally hip and with it, you guys. Here I am on the Breakfast Club. It's cringe as hell, man. I mean, make your money, do your thing, but bro, why would white people just walk through the door there, the revolving door? Ryan says, interesting to think about the root symptoms of people supporting her so much. It's tough, Ryan, because like there's some percentage of them which are women who are, they feel bad for her and they're connecting with her on an emotional level because perhaps they had postpartum depression too. Totally get that. I think that's worthwhile and like sort of even a valuable exercise. But then there's other people who are like almost hero worshiping the lady. And I have to remind myself, I'm like, hey guys, you do know what she did, right? And even if you have depression or any of these other issues, you're still responsible for your actions to a certain extent, right? Like you notice you're going to do that and you're going to get violent, you need to get the hell away from those kids. There's some level of responsibility on you. There shouldn't just be crowds of people out there celebrating you like you're a superstar. Weird as hell. They tried to push on Kevin Hart when he was on Breakfast Club and he wasn't having it. Good. Good for him. I like Kevin Hart. Seems like a chill dude. All right, we're coming back, folks. Here we go.
Not only did Metamucil help me feel more regular, but my heart health saw the benefits too.
Metamucil. One simple routine, 4 health benefits. Digestive health starts here. Go to Metamucil.com for more details.
Last place in your fantasy league isn't just about losing. It's the group chat jokes, the punishment, a full year of hearing about it. I'm JJ Zacharyson, host of the Late Round Fantasy Football Podcast. Our players to target and players to avoid episodes tell you exactly who to circle and who to cross off. We're providing data-driven research on the podcast all season long so that you're the one talking trash, not taking it. Download the free iHeartRadio app, search the Late Round Fantasy Football Podcast, and listen now.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Today is Mo Betta with Josh Fowler, courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys. In the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is
Interesting. We'll get to some of your emails coming in here. If you want to be anonymous, put that up on top. It's tips, T-I-P-S, at thenewsjunkie.com. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. We haven't gotten nuked off of YouTube yet.
Yay.
I don't know. I'm worried now. That the person said that because we played the Grand Theft Auto footage that the people leaked out. It's a news show. You know what I mean? You can talk about these things, but I guess they're nuking all the accounts. So if you see YouTube cop a quick ban, now you know why. And I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. I only played a couple of seconds, so hopefully we'll be good.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine, Josh. I'm sure everything's fine.
Yeah.
Jaden, what kind of car do you have? Just out of curiosity.
A 2022 Kia Forte.
Wow,
Ooh,
this
all
guy.
Right. Was that your first car, or you've had a couple of them?
No, that's my third, but this is the one where I fully own myself. My name's on the title and everything.
Nice.
All right. So you got like a newer, nicer car now. But what was your first car that you ever got, and how old were you?
I was 18, and I got a 2004 Mini Cooper. Sold that for a 2007 Mini Cooper, and then got my kid.
Okay, so your first car was like, you didn't just get a brand new car like a bunch of other kids. I'm sure you saw some kids get that, which is, I mean, always a crazy thing. I had kids growing up that were going to the fancy school, and they'd go, "Oh, I got a new car," and I'd be like, "I did too. I got an old Camaro RS, and the air conditioner doesn't work." And they'd go, "Oh, my mom got me a brand new BMW," and I'm like, "Son of a bitch, man.
Why are you poor?
Why are you so poor? What's going on here? For God's sake." And I saw this video. I don't know why, but it's really resonating with people. And it's got millions of views now, 3 million views. And it's this guy who filmed himself giving his daughter a car. And she was just over the moon about this. And people were like, there's not enough of this anymore. And I'll play it for you here. Let's see what happens. This is a guy giving his daughter a car. And it's a 20-year-old Toyota Corolla, which...
Nice.
I would be excited about.
Hey,
I mean, come
06 Corolla, solid car.
All I cared about when I was old enough to drive was, does the car work and does it have air conditioner? And I didn't even get 2 out of 2 there. I just got 1 out of 2, and I was fine with it. But here's the moment that's going viral here. Let's see. Hopefully she doesn't curse. Huh?
Oh, you're so blunt!
What?
What are you talking about? Is this how you guys left? Yeah!
All right, she's excited.
Where's the keys?
Whoa, ouch.
Wait, why is he putting it like that?
20-year-old car,
No,
fully excited.
It has a
button.
Oh, it does? Oh, dang.
Wow.
See, I would have been totally fine with this, man. I would have been fine. I know there's a lot of kids who would get a car like this and they go, "It's a Toyota Corolla. It's 20 years old. What'd you get me this for? What is this piece of junk that I've got
What am I
right
supposed
now?"
to do with this? It doesn't have CarPlay.
I would be totally fine with this, but people were surprised because she was so over the moon about getting this 20-year-old car.
Can I start it just to see?
Can I start it just to see?
I thought it wasn't going to start.
That'd have been a real son of a bitch. It doesn't start up. And like,
you got to build the motor yourself.
She's so excited. Josh, you've told me before, but what was your very first car?
1987 Chevy S10.
Damn.
It was badass.
But you were probably fully excited about it.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I think it's only spoiled kids. I think the people who are reacting to this and going, why would she be so excited? Why would there be a reaction like this? She got a 20-year-old Toyota Corolla. The car, for me at that point in time, and I think for a lot of people, it wasn't just about the car. It was like about the freedom that comes along with the car. Like
you can
the
finally
idea,
go out on your own.
Yeah, you could go out, you could hang out with someone, go on dates. You could do just the idea that you got the freedom that was associated with that. I didn't care for anything, what the hell kind of car I was driving. So I think there's still a lot of people like that. And it says, raising a daughter who gets excited about owning a 20-year-old Toyota Corolla is a job well done. And you can give us your thoughts on that, as a lot of people are talking about it today over at thenewsjunkie.com. The car is freedom. Exactly. Yes, 100%. I had the worst car ever, but I was so excited for it to be mine. Yeah, I don't know. Do you think that's more common now or not? Like, would most kids, like, what about Jaden? What about you when you were 18 or so?
I was ecstatic.
Would most of your friends have been happy just to have a car?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I went to a kind of fancy school, so there was a couple kids who had like a Supra and some crazy stuff, which is mind-blowing to me. But I was so thankful for my car. My Mini Cooper, my first one, had a wrench melted onto the engine from the previous owner. I don't care. It still ran.
Good. Yeah, still good.
That's
Got
impressive.
you where you needed to go. Gets you out, and you can enter the world and like be independent. That was the thing for me, at least. We'll see if it was the same for you guys. Let us know. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right. Let's see here. Somebody talk about mailbox money. Melissa, what's she saying? Let me see real quick.
Another dispatch. Melissa again.
All right, Melissa.
State Farm.
I didn't get the other one.
Check your email. Mine came today. Thanks for the tip.
Rich.
Mailbox money.
How much?
You have to go in and set it up how you want the money. Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, or check.
Okay.
The check will come in 60 days. But if you do nothing at all, you will get a check in December or by December, 4 months. Have a great day.
All right. Yeah, I think they're getting
Nice.
like the State Farm customers because the company did really well. And I guess State Farm customers technically are like owners of the company in some weird way.
Yeah.
And the State Farm customers are getting paid out because the company started banking extra money. And they were getting, a couple of people said they were getting like $600, like more than $100 per car. There was a lot of people getting money from that. So look for your email if you're a State Farm customer, like Melissa says. Here is one more embarrassing story. Let's go to ex-swimmer. Hello.
Hey, junkies. So here's my embarrassing story. This is about 20 years ago. I was at the Orlando Boat Show at the convention center, walking around looking at the boats, and all of a sudden my stomach went south.
Uh-oh.
Needed to find a bathroom. So I went right over. And if you've ever been there before, the bathrooms are huge and they're all over the place. So I go in the bathroom, get installed, do my business, take care of things, getting ready to get out, and all of a sudden I hear these voices, and they're all female voices. And I look to the side with toilet paper roll, notice that there's a sanitary trash right there as well. At this point, I realize I've gone into the women's bathroom. I had to pick up my feet, sit there, and wait until I heard no voices again. Then quickly snuck out, ran out the front, embarrassed as hell. Wiggle, wiggle, all the pops.
How did you not notice, man? You go in, the first thing is there's no urinals, right? There's no urinals.
Usually, yeah.
That would be like the dead-on indicator for you. But that is embarrassing. I'll give you a bookmark. Thank you for that, ex-swimmer. Maybe one more real quick. Here's somebody talking about in the 80s when they were a DJ.
Back in the 80s, I was the DJ here in town. After a night of working, some girls and a couple of my friends all went to what they call the Hot Tub Club.
Hot Tub Club.
Where you could rent the hot tub by the hour. So we're all getting undressed.
In the club, they had a hot tub?
I gotta say, that sounds disgusting.
I've never heard of this before.
It's a hot tub club.
Yeah, I've never heard of a hot tub club, but I guess that's what was happening here.
Getting into the hot tub. I'm standing there naked, and a girl looked over to me and said, "Hey, what the hell are you going to do with that?" Looking at my you-know-what.
Yeah.
That was a little embarrassing. My only response could be, well, it's going to get bigger. Promise.
Oh, boy.
So that's my most embarrassing moment.
Wait, am I getting this right? You got naked in the club in a hot tub?
It was the 80s. It was a different time.
I was alive in the 80s, barely, but I was like a baby in the 80s. I don't remember hearing about there was like a hot tub in the club.
Well, no one tells babies about it.
Somebody said he was a DJ at Zuma Beach. What's that?
Oh, that's downtown on Orange. I believe that's the Beacham now.
Oh, okay. This is like
Zuma
an
Beach.
old school thing. I've never heard of a hot tub in a club, but maybe I'm missing out on things. I've heard of a hot tub in a baseball stadium.
Yeah.
I think is it like the Marlins or something have that?
The Jacksonville Jaguars football team have a full-on swimming pool in their stadium.
That's crazy. That's nice.
Pretty
That's
sick.
a good time. All right, we've got more of these coming in, so we're going to work in some of these. I have to say happy birthday to Ethel Caterham. And as you can tell by Ethel's name, Ethel is not a new name. Nowadays, according to the story I saw this morning, the new names are all weapons related. Like everybody's naming their kids after weapons related stuff. Not
like
Ethel.
what?
Oh, man, hold on. Let me see. I got to get this
Oh,
for you.
who's my little Hellfire missile?
Oh, God, it's not far away from that, Josh. Hold on. I did have this story.
Hellfire with a PH.
They're naming kids now after weapons. It's like the most popular names are all weapons related. How can I find this? Hang on. I
Come
did
over
have
here,
this.
Katana.
Yeah, it's like one of them was Dagger. I don't know if it's like little kid's
Honestly,
named Dagger now.
Dagger is kind of a sick name.
But you would name your kid Dagger, for God's
I'm
sake?
not saying I would do it. It's just kind of a cool name.
And then it was Smith and Wesson. Well, I guess Wesson is what they would name
No, you
their,
have
their
twins.
kids.
You have one that's Smith
Yeah.
and the other's Wesson.
Yeah. That's what you do. I had never heard of this before. Oh, here it is right here. The aggressive names that people are using now. Dagger, Mace, Caliber, Wesson, Winchester, Arson. Who's
Arson?
naming their kid Arson?
That's a crime.
You're just naming your kid after crimes now. Arson is one of them. Cutter, Remington.
That's kind of cool.
All of these, so that they don't use the names that they used to. But Ethel, congratulations and happy birthday to you. Ethel Caterham, 117 years old today. 117 years old. Can I bring up a photo of this lady?
Is she one of those where, like, the secret to a long life is getting hammered on bourbon every day?
She did give her secret to a long life.
They
Josh.
always do.
Yeah, she did. Look, she looks so angry.
God.
Hang on, hold on.
Of course she's angry. She's still alive.
She looks so pissed off. Everybody that she's known has died. She's the last one.
I outlived all those sons of bitches.
At some point, it's like being a little kid and waiting for your parents to pick you up from school. And you're just like, yeah, I'm still here.
To the last one hanging out with a teacher.
Look at her face. Look.
Oh, she's
so
pissed.
off. She made it to 117 years old. Ethel Caterham, recognized by Guinness World Records as the world's oldest living person. Happy birthday to her as of today. She says, thank you for all the kind birthday wishes. Even at 117 years old, I've had many firsts this year. From stroking a llama to holding hands with the king, she says. I've had a lovely day celebrating with my family and friends, and I look forward to seeing what next year brings, she said.
I bet she does.
So she met King Charles last year and shared her memories of that. She was born in the United Kingdom in 1909, folks.
So
All right?
she's seen basically every war ever.
That's crazy. 1909, like no electricity, no cars driving around like they
Oil
were.
lamps.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, you got a whole different world.
Was that still the Industrial Revolution when she was born?
She went through it all, man. She
for
went
her.
through it all. Like she probably had outhouses and stuff. This lady's 117 years old. She was born in 1909, named by Guinness as the world's oldest living person late last year after some Brazilian nun died. And they said, we're wishing Ethel Caterham the happiest of birthdays. And they said, what's the secret? How did you make it this far? What's the secret to your longevity in life? And she said, never arguing with anyone. I listen and I do what I like. That's what she said.
All right.
So don't argue with anybody. That's your key to living to 117. But maybe I'll ask this. Would you even want to live to 117 years old?
What's the point?
That is pretty old.
Unless she's somehow healthy enough to be like mobile and living her life, which I doubt at that age. She's basically a skeleton.
No, look at her. She's just sitting
Nice
there.
tan, though.
Jaden, would you want to be 117 years old?
Absolutely not. Once my body starts giving up, you can let me go. Like 75, 80, yeah, you can let me go.
Just roll me off somewhere.
Yeah.
Grand Canyon trip, right off over the edge.
Cool story.
117 is way, way old, but we'll get your thoughts on that as well. When we come back, we got the hot sheet on the way. I didn't even get to these poor people in Indiana. 9 days without power. 9 days without power now. I'll tell you what's happening there, why it happened, and what's going on in that situation. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and
There you are. Wow. 100 and what, 19? 117 years old. No, we talked about Natalie Harp, I think, with you Wednesday, but we didn't talk about it yesterday. 117. We're getting throttled on YouTube today. I think it was the Grand Theft Auto thing. When I went onto YouTube, I couldn't even see that we were live on youtube.com/the News Junkie. I had to go to the live tab. I had to hunt it out today. So do me a favor and hit the like button on YouTube to give us a little boost. We're at 12 on a Friday when Secret Shows drops at 5 p.m. just thinks somebody has to change her diaper and she just stares like that at them the whole time, doesn't blink. You know, I'm sure she's right about that, though. She said the secret to a long life is not fighting with everybody. Don't argue with anybody. Pretty good strategy. You saw what happened to that one lady. What was the restaurant? It was like a fast food restaurant where that lady went in and she was bitching and complaining, and she went to slap the people at the restaurant, and they slapped her back and she hit the ground. She had a heart attack and died. Tim Hortons, thank you. Yes, Tim Hortons. That's what happens. You got to stop arguing with people. Unfortunately, this is going to completely decimate my career. I'm just totally screwed. I thought the secret to longevity is adrenochrome and eating babies. That's the second one. Watson, YouTube was throttling before the GTA incident. I couldn't find the show either. I don't know what it is. I think there's certain things, if you put them in the description, that make it so you get less placement. And I think that's what we're floating with today. Other than the spots, YouTube is fine. So far, Flat says I couldn't get to the show through normal channel. It's weird. It's a bizarre. I think it must be the Grand Theft Auto thing, or I don't know. What else would be in the title? Let me see if it's changed. All right. All right, it's not on my homepage at all. Not even on the channel page. So like, I go to the channel page, nothing. Nothing. I'm on the channel page. There's nothing. You have to hit the live tab. It doesn't even say it's live now. It says 1 hour ago. Like there's not even an indicator that it's live right this second. That's crazy. It must be Grand Theft Auto. It must be. You did say the J word yesterday? What did I say? What's the J word? Would you? I didn't get a YouTube live notification today. This is absolutely cooked. I just went to YouTube and it showed up as an option. All right, let's see. 1 minute, folks, and we are back. What's the longest chat that you have gone without power? The longest you've gone without power. Hurricane, whatever it was that knocked you down that far. What's the most time you've gone? Right now in Indiana, they are on day 9. Bootsy says 10 days. Abraham says 12. What day do you crack? Like 8, 9 days is a lot. At that point, you start feeling dirty. You're just like frustrated with it. All you're waiting for is like that whoosh, that like surge sound when the power kicks back on. Crazy. 3 weeks? 2 of you went with 3 weeks? That's crazy. Scott? I could not survive. All right, we're coming back.
Works faster for heartburn relief. Use as directed.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. 270 hours of training, that's what their techs go through. Best not trust your engine with just any buckaroo. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Change wisely.
This portion of the News Junkie is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com. Radio.
For hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening to the new
Look at you. There you are today. You can join us, by the way. We're getting throttled over on YouTube.
No.
I think it's because I must have put Grand Theft Auto in the description or something. You can't, if you go to youtube.com/the news junkie, it doesn't even show that we're live. You have to go to like the live tab and send out notifications. They're like, I think they're getting hammered everywhere for the Grand Theft Auto thing, and so that must have been what's getting it throttled. But you can hang out with us over at youtube.com/the news junkie if you're interested. We're going to get into the hot sheet here in a moment with Josh stepping in for C-Lane. He is in Nashville, and we'll be back on Monday. Well, I was asking folks during the break, and some of you have been soldiers through this, man. I'll ask everybody else here on the show today. What's the longest that you've been without power, Josh? Like hurricane, whatever?
Maybe like 2 days at best.
2 days.
I've been
What about
really
you?
lucky.
Jaden, how long for you? Longest you've been without power?
I think just a day. I don't even think I've hit 2 days.
I think it used to be worse because I remember in the acreage where I grew up in Royal Palm Beach, outside of Royal Palm Beach, when the hurricanes would go through and we would lose power, you were never getting your power in 48 hours.
Different
no
time.
Way. Yeah, you were like, you could see them slowly going through the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And
Jaden, were you alive for Hurricane Charlie?
What year was that?
Was that 04?
I was born in 05.
Okay, so you missed, like, I think they fixed a lot of infrastructure issues after Charlie because of how bad it was.
yeah, I don't even know if he'll ever even live through it like us because people are saying 8 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like, imagine, Jaden, 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
My life is revolved around the internet. As soon as I get home, I turn on my PC. I would die.
This kid's got it easy.
I don't think you can live like that. It's too much. The 3 weeks is crazy. These people right now in Indiana, I'll bring this up in front of me here so I have the extra details, but they said we're in survival mode. Northwest Indiana is going on day 9 without any power. Is this one of the residents here? This woman's probably like at her wit's end, for God's sake.
I'd imagine so.
No. Oh, no, like the bottom foot and a half
God.
of the house is all soaking wet from the water flooding into the house. And they're on their day 9. And for us, like if you're on the East Coast and you've been hit by hurricanes and stuff, the power companies, we have to give them credit for this. They have gotten so much better. The responses, the strategies that they use, the whole setup, I think, is improved.
Yeah.
And it's improved over the years so that you only lose power for like 48 hours, maybe 3 days or something at the most. But this was a storm that ripped through the area of Gary, Indiana, and they don't get as many storms like this. And it ripped down the trees and the power lines, and now they got nothing. They're 9 days in. Are cracking. By the way, she still looks great. She's all put together.
You know, good for her for being that composed on day 9.
I know. Day 9, I'm crying. I look like a mess. I've got like soot all over my face.
You can't do the show from home.
No, I'm in the studio on backup power there.
God.
I'm miserable. Tough times.
It is.
All right. Here we go. Let's do the hot sheet. Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
You got a button over there for that?
But not like real important
There it
news.
is.
Best investigator reporting on the planet. The top stories from the people on your screens and speakers are on the hot sheet.
With me. Cut C-Lane out because he sabotaged me on that one.
Did he? Was it his fault?
I had the button all set up and ready to go, and then boom, no audio. Thanks a lot, C-Lane. Thank you for joining the hot sheet. I know C-Lane calls it nonsense news. I find it to be the best of the news.
True. I maybe we're getting throttled because Josh has a blazing F word on the monitor behind him in the studio.
Oh, that could be that.
No, I don't think that's it.
No, C-Lane puts that up every week. That's fine.
Oh, he does, actually. I think he does. Yeah.
And we never get throttled. It's fine. Who might get throttled is Mr. Sean Diddy Combs, who was name dropped during the Tupac Shakur murder trial this week when a former LAPD detective testified that Diddy tried but failed to pay for Tupac's execution, a wild allegation folks in Diddy's camp are calling bogus. On Wednesday, ex-LAPD detective Darren Dupree testified in court that he interviewed Dwayne Keefe D. Davis regarding the 97 murder of Christopher Biggie Smalls Wallace in L.A. Dupree testified Davis said he had nothing to do with Biggie's murder, but instead offered details about the Tupac's fatal shooting. He testified Diddy supposedly owed money to Davis and was supposed to turn the cash over to an associate, Zip, who would then give the money to Davis for payment of the Tupac murder. Dupree said the money never reached Davis. Diddy's camp obviously is denying that.
Jaden, just so you're fully informed here, Tupac Shakur is a rapper.
You know, I said I'm an old soul. I know Tupac a little bit.
He knows Tupac.
The number one Tupac song in your world.
and Bitches as a Rider.
That's a good one.
There we go.
Okay.
I didn't even say that in the talkback.
Yeah.
Why would I? Chris Hansen says he refused to sign his rights away in order to screen Robert Pattinson's Primetime. The former To Catch a Predator host went on Fox News' Jesse Waters Primetime to say he showed up at A24's studio offices for a 10 a.m. private screening of Primetime this week. A lot of Primetimes in this story. The Pattinson-led drama is built around Hansen's run atop the hidden camera franchise To Catch a Predator, but Hansen claims he walked away after refusing to sign a legal agreement he describes as unlike anything he has encountered in 4 decades on the beat.
Wow.
A source close to A24 said he was asked to sign a standard NDA that all preview audiences must adhere to for an unreleased film. Chris Hansen says, the lawyers at A24 wanted me to sign away my rights to my name, image, and brand, essentially, as well as any potential legal rights that would come out of the movie. He said, I couldn't sign that, so they didn't show me the film, and I went all the way over there.
Mm-hmm.
You see how this looks, right?
Jaden, just so you know, To Catch a Predator was a show that used to exist, when you were very, very young. Now you probably know Skeet, I think, the You've Been Skeeted guy. That's the YouTube version of
who the hell
Chris
is that?
Yeah,
you don't know him?
I don't even know him. I told you I'm an old soul. I watched Chris Hansen on YouTube. I watched all his old episodes on YouTube for a while there.
I think he's still going on YouTube.
You seen the one where the guy comes in naked?
No,
that was my favorite one. They used to try to put them through more hoops so it would be even more embarrassing for them. So like the pedo guy comes over completely naked and Chris Hansen does the why don't you take a seat thing, and it's just a nightmare city. I don't know. Is this going to make him look bad or good, you think, Josh?
I think he seems to not actually be worried about it because it is, by all accounts, a dramatized account of his life. Mm-hmm. And it ends, I believe, around 2006, where To Catch a Predator got pulled off the air because that guy killed himself.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. He doesn't seem too pressed about it, aside from them asking him to sign his rights away, allegedly.
By the way, Crazy Drunk Cat Lady says, I will say Jaden is doing a all caps fantastic job.
Wow.
So,
thank you.
Growing praise now. At least at the moment, they're saying they like Jaden.
For now.
Okay. Back to it.
Who else is getting growing praise this week is one Miss Natalie Harp, who has been all over the headlines of this news cycle. Trump's executive assistant allegedly, according to the Daily Beast, wrote 2 letters to the president during or after his May 2023 golf outing at his courses in Scotland and Ireland. In one letter, Harp apologizes to Trump, believing she may have upset him during their trip. She wrote that she thought she was the only person left behind at the airport the night before, so she panicked and called Trump while alone in a van at customs without her passport. She said she could have just called Secret Service. She went on to write that, quote, she wants things to always be right between us, and that she's been, quote, distracted all week while forgetting to eat and sleep at times, including calling him, quote, my guardian and protector in this life. And finally, she wrote, quote, we could be out on the course with no machines and even forget what time it was. I didn't have to be, quote, human printer, referring to her nickname in the White House, because she so quickly prints out favorable Trump articles and hands them to him.
All I'm going to say is if Courtney knew that there was some woman who was like working with me and hanging out with me and who was writing things like that to me, she would not be cool with it.
No.
The things that she's saying to Trump in some of these messages and stuff, I don't know what's really going on behind the scenes or if they're doing her dirty in some of the press here, but I know that there's a lot of you who are married right now, and if you're like assistant or something was writing to you in this way, your wife would be like, not happening.
I read also even the Secret Service is mildly concerned at the notes she leaves around for him.
Oh boy.
Oh boy is right, and oh boy for the Odyssey, because they have that movie has officially become the highest grossing R-rated movie ever, earning $1.352 billion worldwide. Woo! Surpassing just Deadpool and Wolverine's $1.33 billion. Congratulations to Christopher Nolan and all the Odyssey cast. RFK Jr. is on a wanted list in Russia. Sorry, not RFK Jr. RFK Jr.'s son, Connor Kennedy, is on a wanted list for joining up with Ukraine's International Legion when the war started a few years back. The sentence could carry up to 10 years in prison for him if he happens to go back to Russia and get hauled off to the Kremlin, which admittedly is a light sentence for a Kennedy that angered Russia. And this lady, Jennifer Lopez, just to bring it back.
She's back.
She's back, and this is big news. She and Ben Affleck were spotted in the same office building in LA this week.
Ooh.
If you can believe that. So, love connection? We'll find out. Hey, and you could have a love connection with this lovely guy, that mortgage guy, Don. Mortgage rates have been heading down and are at nearly 3-year lows. If your mortgage rate has a 7 or 8 in front of it, you should be checking into a refinance immediately. You are 100% paying too much. So find them online at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Great job, Job. Excellent job.
I will say, once my taco burrito YouTube video ran out, it auto played the live stream of this show. So we're not that throttled.
We're back, baby. We're back. We're still throttled, but
okay.
We'll be fine. We'll survive. When we come back, I have an update on that person that was wearing the mask, scaring the hell out of people in, I think, Philadelphia. They've done some grunt work and some investigative work on that. And I'll give you the update as to what was happening there. We have a cop who is being interrogated in this video about a hot chicks list that he was doing. Updates on the Lindsay Clancy case and a whole bunch more in the second half of the show. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Live sketch.
Hey, welcome behind the scenes. The show continues on YouTube. They can't hold us down. I got to say, hey, they're bringing it today, right? You know, Josh, Jaden. Jaden's never even been on the show before. I'll tell you how this happened. We were in the photo line for the celebrity poker tournament, and Jaden was coming by and he introduced himself. And I said, you know, are you ever looking to get some time in and, you know, step in for people when they're out? Because I said, C-Lane has some vacation coming up. And he goes, yeah, absolutely. And I said, all right. And then we reached out, and here he goes. He's doing a great job, right? I always like to get different ages, opinions, all sorts of stuff in. And so maybe he'll be able to be a great resource for the show moving forward. Hey, Tanya, how are you? I see another Clinton scandal coming. What are you talking about? What do you mean? What else do I got for you guys? California trumps Florida as the most fun state in America. Absolute bullshit. Absolute nonsense. They compared all 50 states and they said California is number one, the most fun state in America. Your state filled with hobos and crap. You think your state is better than the state of Florida, California? Your state that is so scared to put this show on in various markets? Oh my God, the program directors are shivering over there in the Bay Area. So just put the show on the San Francisco station. They're shivering. California is better than Florida? Chat, you pick right now. What's a better state, California or Florida? You decide, okay? You decide. California or Florida, what state's better? At least we don't have maps of human feces. We've got that going for us. California, get out of here. No. Okay, you can say California if you want. Florida, Suck it, California. I need to go visit California to make sure. Here's the deal. California's got some great cities. Actually, San Francisco is a great city. It's just full of terrible policies, like the worst policies. Like what happens when you only have one party rule in a city is what's happening in San Francisco, California, which is why they don't want to put the show on and they're scared to put the show on in that market. Not because they don't like the program director's like, love the show. I dig it. I love what's happening here. I don't know if in San Francisco they'll take you in. Because San Francisco is what happens when there is one party rule in a city. That's what happens. There's no competition of ideas. There is only one way, and you keep going further and further and further and further to the extremes until you burn the city down with bad policies, and they have to attempt to try to center things. I think they're doing that a little bit. A little bit. But San Diego's beautiful. How many of you been to San Diego? San Diego's beautiful. North California, a lot of beautiful places. But Florida's better all day long. We don't want your kind around here. If you live in Florida and think California's better, get out. California's expensive, but we are too, right? I judge it by our Disney is bigger and better than their Disney, and our Orange County is a much better place than their S-copy wannabe version of our Orange County. True. I was born in San Diego, still have family there. It's fun to visit indeed. We couldn't believe seeing California number one. Like, Florida's definitely number one. Florida, the only reason they didn't put Florida as number one on the list is because Florida still is seen as the butt of the joke. And you guys know why, right? You guys are smart. You know why? Florida is seen as the butt of the joke always because we have sunshine state laws, making ours one of the most open judicial systems in the country, and meaning that the news agencies can get access to all the court docs and the stories and the booking photos and the body cam. And so it looks like Florida has a bunch of weird stuff going on and Florida man and all that stuff. But the truth of the matter is we're just more open and the media can get access to the information better. It's crazy. So they use that and they shame Florida and they try to make us look bad. If California was a movie, it would be Bubba Boy. They hate us because they ain't us. California has way better dispensaries. Why? They don't have the same stuff? What do they got? They got edibles and drinks there? Okay. Weaponized transparency? True. The golf courses are amazing. I imagine they are. I believe you. All right, we're coming back in just a second, folks. Hope you're having a good Friday. Let's see. All right, we got that. We got some interesting stuff coming up at Jury Duty. I think Mo may be joining us. I hope so. All right, here we go.
Where Mike and his team can transform it into a beautiful, low-maintenance bath or shower using quality products from trusted brands like Moen. For a limited time, qualified buyers can enjoy no payments until 2028. And check this out. You call my buddy Mike the Home Builder now, and he'll give you an additional $500 off your bath project. Call 407-754-1814. That's 407-754-1814. Or visit hbnusa.com. License number CBC 1255975 and CCC 1329039.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. The only show brave enough to admit we Google half this stuff. This is the new.
Hanging on strong over there. If you're a subscriber over on the newsjunkie.com, you get access, no ads, rolling through right through the commercial breaks, hanging out here. And you can learn more about that over on the newsjunkie.com. I was kind of letting it rip because I saw the story today that said we got beat out. They said that California is the most fun state in the United States of America.
Ooh.
And Florida got beat out. New York, I don't even know where you were on the list. And all the other folks who were listening to the show, I don't know where your state was, but they put Florida number 2 and California number 1, and as the most fun state. By the way, the most fun state we have in the center of the state of Florida. Just for those of you outside, I'll be the damn Visit Florida panel for a second here. In the center of our state, we have world-class theme parks. You can't find them anywhere else in the world of this caliber. We have the best of the best rides that aren't going to leave you upside down for 25 minutes, dangling, waiting for your $275,000 check. You're not going to get any of that here. You're going to get the best experience possible. More amazing restaurants than you could ever imagine. All right? They crap all over our state for one reason and one reason only. This is just the truth. Because we have sunshine state laws in Florida that make it easier for news agencies to get all the stuff about crimes.
True.
So all the Florida man stories pop up and people are like, it's so weird down there in Florida. And it's not that weird. It's a great state. We're better than California. All right? And I know that because, oh, God, I can only say so much about this.
No,
But,
go ahead.
you know,
Say all of it.
Wherever you're listening to the show today, to our folks in West Palm Beach, hello. Hello down there. We love you. We appreciate you on Real Radio 92.1 and Real Radio 101.7, Vero Beach, Treasure Coast area. We love you. To our friends all over the state of New York and Albany, Rochester. We're all over the place. I think we got 3 stations now in New York State.
Nice.
Basically, everything except for Buffalo in New York City. We got 2 stations in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge, and in, of course, New Orleans. Love those folks over there on the team. And forever, I've been trying to get us on. There's a station in San Francisco, and the program director is like a mega fan of this show. There's so many people who are program directors in radio who their favorite thing is talk radio. And a lot of them happen to like this show, which is awesome. It's flattering. It's great.
Thank you.
And they watch the show each day, and they'll talk to me about it. And, oh, man. And I said, why don't you put me on that station? Why don't you put the show? Why don't you put us on that station in San Francisco? And the guy's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. That you got to understand the people here. They're a little different. I don't know how they'll receive the show. And you trash California sometimes. I'm like, well, I'll stop trashing California for at least a little while. If you put us on the station in San Francisco, I'll at least try to win them over before I dump on them. It was like Jaden at the beginning of the show. First, he dumped on Flock Cameras, and then I pretended that they were a big sponsor, and he turned around on that one. So I'll do that over there.
Hey, I don't mess with the pockets, all right? If we're making money, we're making money.
Get that bag.
I told him, put us on the station in San Francisco. And the guy's like, I want to. I really want to, but I don't know. Like, the audience here is just, they get sensitive about some of this stuff. And I'm like, what is going on? Are you guys, you're definitely not the most fun state then, if that's what's happening. Put California over the state of Florida. In fact, I would argue Louisiana might be the most fun state. They got all kinds of weird stuff going on over there.
I tend to agree.
That's a good spot to be right there, right? I think that's a great time.
Oh, yeah.
But I think we get a lot of crap for nothing. And I think if you've not been to Florida, maybe you don't know. I mean, they look, people from other states, like New York in particular, New York City. I'm talking about New York City, not you folks. You find folks listening elsewhere. In New York City, folks look at the state of Florida like it's a bunch of bumbling hicks. And I'm here to tell you that is only the city of Jacksonville. That is only Jacksonville. And the rest of us are totally normal. Everything is completely normal. Microwave Window says, listening here in California. Microwave, you think the rest of your Californian friends would be okay with this show? Or do you agree? They said it's too much. The show is too much for the market in San Francisco. They don't think that they would take it. And I argue, I've heard some of these shows. I mean, San Francisco is an interesting market. I know about it. My sister lived there for a couple of years, so I actually got to experience some of the radio there for a while. And they had my sister's favorite show, God rest her soul, was this show that was way ahead of its time. And the entire show was a bunch of gay dudes. And I've told before how amazing.
Like this show.
Their sports segment on the gay station was the greatest thing in the world. It was the most hilarious thing in the world and really on point. But I think they got room for us. I think they would take us in. I think they would be nice to us over there. They get scared.
Yeah.
They get worried.
I love Alcatraz. It's cool.
I've been there. I've toured. I think they cleaned it up too much. I don't like this. You know, I want it to be gritty, but it's not quite as gritty as it should be, in my opinion. But here we are. We'll see if they ever make a move on that. I think there was some discussion of that in the last couple of weeks. Bootsy says the gay station. I tell you what the name was, but I don't remember. I don't remember what the name of the station was. I just know it was the gay station.
94.1 WGAY, the gay.
It would be KGAY over there. You know, west of the Mississippi and all that. Come on, get it together, man.
I don't know my call signs and all that.
You've been doing this for a while. But
I learned nothing.
I'm like, Florida, we get a bad rap, and we're such a good time. It's such a fun state. We have so many people from all over the place. You have cities that are totally different. Miami is so different than Pensacola, which is so different than Sebastian, which is so different than Tallahassee. The only thing that's the same is everything on the Panhandle. It's like just the same thing over and over.
That's just Alabama.
Yeah. It's just the continued line over and over and over again. No, 50% of Florida is bumbling hicks, LOL. No way. We got all kinds of people. We got the best beaches. We are, take this, California. You know how you got beaches on one side of your state? We've got beaches on two sides of our state.
Peninsula, bitch.
Yeah. Checkmate. Anybody else got that? We've got beaches on both sides of our state. Take that, KGAY radio. You got that over there? I don't think you do. I have an update for you. I'm sorry. I got fired up about that during the break. It's ridiculous. Florida's the most fun state, obviously. We've got a lot of fun stuff going on. We have an update on the Philadelphia situation. Let's bring it to you, Pennsylvania. Shouts out to my friends in Wilkes Barre who are hanging out with us today in Philadelphia, in all the great cities. I ran out of them. Scranton, Pennsylvania. How do I forget Scranton? Pittsburgh, yeah, the Steel City, right?
Yeah, buddy.
That's their whole thing. Philadelphia, there was this person wearing this creepy-ass mask who was going after people and bothering them. And what did he whisper? Were you here for that, Josh?
Are you ready to die?
Yeah, we would go up to these people wearing this freaky mask and go, "Oh, you're ready to die." And they start panicking, obviously, because it's strange. It's weird. And now they've got some more information. They think they've identified the person in the mask. Let's see what ABC says.
Now, investigators still don't know his motive, but they're not waiting to find out.
This morning, after terrorizing people on city streets for days, Philadelphia police say they've unmasked the mystery man allegedly threatening people from behind this disturbing doll face mask.
All right, what do? You're out there, Jaden. You encounter this person in this freaky ass doll face mask, and they come up to you. What do?
I mean, my first instinct's probably to swing if he's whispering in my ear in this mask. I think it's like some poltergeist or something coming for me.
Yeah, it's weird. That's a freaky mask. People were trying to say it was from the Happy Death Day movie, which it looks like, but it's not.
I could see it.
It looks like a porcelain baby doll mask, and I agree with Jaden. I think I want to maybe swing on this person.
They had that one lady that said she automatically karate kicked towards the guy.
She did, yeah. She kicked
and they had
away.
her demonstrate.
Yeah, and in the demonstration on the live news clip, she got her foot about 4 or 5 feet up in the air. It was pretty impressive. So here's what happened.
Help tracking him down. Police releasing this new surveillance video in the urgent manhunt, showing the suspect investigators say is 22-year-old Zymir Hughes.
Okay, I got to stop here for a moment. Did you see he walked into this place? I don't know if it's a bar or what it is.
It looks like a takeout window type deal.
Something says tea on here.
Oh, that does look like beer taps.
He walked into this little this fast food type place, like a quick serve type restaurant, and he's wearing this freaky mask, and nobody reacts.
It's like they're used to it.
Yeah, the dude's in. I'll go back there. The dude's in this place, just so you guys know, and I'll put this up on See It Now so you can see the visual of it, obviously. But he just walks up. Nobody reacts.
New surveillance video in the urgent manhunt, showing the suspect investigators say is 22-year-old Zymir Hughes.
There he is.
If Zymir Hughes was trying to scare people, make them run,
they did a
who's
press
scared
conference?
now?
Yeah.
Who's running now?
What? Can you imagine if you lived in Philadelphia? Like gang violence is ravaging your city or something in some neighborhoods.
Whole blocks with people folding all day.
you got like fentanyl addicts on what was it, Kensington Street, right?
Yeah.
In Philadelphia. You got fentanyl addicts zombified all over the place. You've got tents everywhere, trash everywhere. You've got gangs in certain areas. Now there's parts of Philadelphia that are beautiful and great, but there are areas that are troublesome like that. Imagine the mayor of your city comes out and does a "we gotcha, bitch" on the masked guy who's freaking people out in the neighborhood. He's so proud of himself, this guy. Like he's really solved something here. Let me go back to the mayor. Is that him?
Make them run. Who's scared now?
The district attorney?
Who's running now?
Yeah.
Authorities say over several days, Hughes harassed 15 to 16 people around the city, at times allegedly asking his victims, "Are you ready to die?" This woman saying she saw
here she is.
kick the masked man in the chest when he approached her.
I blocked my face, made sure that my center line was protected.
Hughes also alleged
this woman is ready. She's like, put my block up. I was, ready to kick. She's got to go.
You ever got a roundhouse kick to the face?
She's maybe it's just being in Philadelphia. She's ready for a fight.
Chasing this female jogger, she severely injured her leg during her frantic escape.
He's a punk who scared a lot of people for no good reason, and we're not going to tolerate it.
Police saying Hughes targeted both men and women and carried no weapon during the rampage. His motives are still a mystery.
And police say Hughes may have filmed his encounters to post on social media. He's now facing charges of harassment and assault. They do say that he travels for work, and they think that he could.
All right, they think he fled the state. And we got you, man. We got you.
Is his work travel going to different cities and kick streaming, scaring people?
It might be. It sounds a little bit like that. But that's crazy. They got him. They named the guy. They figured out who he was, and they believe now he's fled the state. So he has not been arrested just yet. We'll keep an eye on that story. I still got this cop where they're questioning about something called the Hot Chicks database. We'll find out what that means together. We've got the Clancy case, of course, coming up in jury duty in just a bit. Some wild updates on that front. Josh's favorite, RFK, he's in the news for the most bizarre reason. I'll tell you what's going on with this. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747.
I love that district attorney. We got you, punk. We got you. We got you. Who's scared now? Hey, Code Inspector. Hey, Vicky. Hey, R. Willie B. Hey, everybody. We're at 18 today. Not bad. Everybody's going to get a shout out who either subscribes or gifts at the end of the show. Let's get some more of those rolling in. Let's get up to our goal of 25. Every single one counts. Just 1, 2. It's a great way to support the show. Let's keep that growth going. Even if YouTube tries to throttle us, but we're moving. We're moving. We're growing now. Let me see. Did they change it? Let's see. If I go back on YouTube, all right, I'm going to refresh my feed. Okay, we're not recommended in the main feed. What about on the home channel? No. We're just the little show that could right now, still trying to eke out some numbers. Watson, do you think that was the same guy or maybe a copycat? I think it was the same guy because they started to track him around with the cameras. I bet if you listen to the whole thing, the district attorney probably said it was flock cameras that allowed us. They allowed us to find the culprit, the punk. Send the YouTube people to Rumble? I don't know. Rumble seems kind of I hate to say this, but Rumble seems kind of like a ghetto streaming platform. You know what I mean? Kick and Rumble. I know some of you like Kick. They have good deals. I can make more money on there, a bigger percentage of subs and stuff. But I don't know. I don't necessarily like a lot of the stuff on Kick. And Rumble seems to be mega political, but Sun State John, how's your eye, buddy? How you doing? Rumble's on Reddit right now? What's that mean? What does that mean? Rumble is on Reddit right now? How many of you do scratch-off tickets? Anybody out there still trying for the dream? Give me a yes or a no in chat. How many of you still do scratch-off tickets? A Michigan couple made a pit stop for gas. Listen to this. On their way home from vacation, and they ended up winning a big prize. 64-year-old Genesee County man said he didn't plan on buying lottery tickets. My wife and I were on our way home from vacation. We stopped to get gas. When I was in line to cash out, the person ahead of me bought several scratch-off tickets. So the person ahead of him in line buys tickets, and he goes, you know what? Why not? I'll do it. Which inspired me to buy a few. I bought 2 Detroit Tigers tickets for myself and 2 Cash Word tickets for my wife. They played their tickets when they arrived home later that day. He said, we sat at the table later that night and scratched our tickets. When I saw I had a $500,000 winner, I was in disbelief. We looked numerous times. I couldn't wrap my head around it. The winner said his prize money will make a nice cushion for retirement and allow him to share some money with his children. How sweet is this? You work your whole life to save for retirement, so it feels unreal to make the same amount of money you worked for years to build in one day. $500,000 on a scratcher. Big Scratcher wants you to hear stories like this. They want you to buy more. Guy worked his whole life to build up money for retirement and then doubled it on a scratcher. Ain't that a bitch? Hey, speaking of Reddit, I saw somebody complaining on Reddit chat, and they said, I think smoke breaks need to be eliminated. They need to get rid of smoke breaks. Is that still a thing? I've not heard of smoke breaks in probably a decade. Can you still, at your job, can you take a smoke break? Are you able to do that? I don't even think that's a thing in most places. I think that's a thing of the past. All right, we're coming back. A friend of mine won $1 million. God dang. That ain't bad. Would not mind. Sun State John says AI doesn't take smoke breaks. True. Yeah. Yes, you could take a break. Anybody can. I've not seen a job where they go, oh, you could just take a smoke break if you need to. People at the radio station still do that today? Yeah, but that doesn't count. That doesn't count, I don't think, right? All right, we're coming back.
Seltzer. Because nothing works faster for heartburn relief. Use as directed.
The countdown to the new NFL season is on.
And now, all 32 in-market local teams can be heard on the free iHeartRadio app.
He's in! That's a jet touchdown! Just open the app and search your favorite team.
Plus, Fox Sports Radio breaks it all down.
As we get closer to week 1. It's crazy, and it's fun.
Join the conversation and stay locked in. Live, local games with you all season long.
Download the iHeartRadio app.
Search NFL and press play.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Today is Mo Better with Josh Fowler, courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys. Because therapy's expensive, and we have microphones. This is the news.
This for you, something they did on CNN in just a moment. And we got this cop confronted about something called the Hot Chick Database. We'll investigate. We'll see what's happening with this as we roll on here on a Friday. Thanks for all the support. We've got about 30 gifted subs so far. That's huge. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
You can join in the fun. I'll name everybody and tell you what they donated or what they subscribed to at the end of the show. We appreciate that. Here it is. I guess RFK, Josh, you're a mega fan. Mega fan.
Big, huge fan.
What's his whole thing? Is like Healthy America?
Make America healthy again.
Make America healthy again. And I guess he put out a book. RFK put out a book, and it's like a book with recipes.
Oh, I was thinking like a memoir, and then I was wondering if there was an audio book or if they needed someone to do the audio book.
I think it's like a show and a book together or something. And he has all these meals, and then CNN did a hit piece on him to say if you actually make the meals, they're more expensive than he was letting on. I think they actually made him. CNN was like, we're in fact checking this. We made the couscous that RFK Jr. swears by. Or what's the thing that everybody in the White House eats? What was that diet?
Oh, steak and sauerkraut.
Steak and sauerkraut. And they're like, it's not as cheap as he was saying. And they did this whole thing. Let's listen here.
Traveling across America, connecting with renowned
Here's a
chefs
show.
to show families how to cook delicious, nutritious meals.
Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s new reality show pushes healthy, affordable eating.
Okay, I'll stop here for just a moment. His new reality show, Health and Human Services, they make TV shows over there?
What, Sean Duffy has his own YouTube series now, doesn't he? The transportation guy.
Is this a normal thing? I don't remember this being a thing before. It's like now they just go, well, we're going to make a show. A show on what channel? Well, I know, HHS channel.
Government's all about content now.
I guess, yeah, they're making content.
Healthy, affordable eating with sides of dubious claims about the food industry's science and public wellness.
All right.
Dietary guidelines put Fruit Loops at the top of the food pyramid.
Wait, you say put Fruit Loops? Let me turn this up a little bit. I must not have heard that right. Put Fruit Loops at the top of the food pyramid? Big if true.
No one's going to be mad about that.
No, I'll be fine with that. That sounds good to me.
But it's also the math that doesn't add up in this cooking class, especially when the secretary and his guest chef whip up crispy salmon cakes with apple, white beans, and green salad.
All right.
So the servings of each of these, we asked to keep it under $5.
That's the pitch, and prices fly by, backing the idea of a family-sized meal for a bite-sized budget.
But we fact-checked it. We went down to see if you really could get those meals.
Herbs are key for me.
I am on my way to the store. But when we started buying ingredients used in the show, even going for the lowest prices at a big competitive chain, the cost heated up fast.
25.
This was the cheapest frozen wild-caught sockeye salmon we could find.
I'm torn here because CNN is right. Stuff is expensive. Food is expensive. The grocery store is expensive.
That's totally legit. And people are struggling with that. Things are expensive right now. But I am kind of flabbergasted that they have taken it this far to go and try to make the recipes that RFK is putting on his television show, which apparently has on HHS.
What they are using. They priced theirs at $8.99.
How much?
The cheapest we could find, even with the deal from the store, was more than $24.
Oh, no.
Greens mix, that was about the same cost. So were the eggs on a per egg basis, but that's the trick here because they're only pricing that one egg out of the carton, and that gets worse with other things.
Yeah, because you probably already have eggs, right? Like,
hopefully.
What's going on here? I have no idea. Like, so is this slow news week? I mean, it has been like it's been like in the gutter for news for a couple of weeks. Everybody's waiting for something to blow up or catch on fire, or I'll have to get desperate and make some headlines myself. And no one wants that, okay? Nobody wants that to happen. If things get real slow around here, you got it. Desperate times, desperate measures. But over on CNN, they're taking to like fact checking the recipes from a show that apparently RFK Jr. does. I don't know.
We're going to preempt diners, drive-ins, and dives this weekend.
They're trying it out. They made an affordable meal from his show. This was the first I'd heard of this.
This red onion, they say they only spent 8 cents on this because that's how much they used.
That's
Getting
too cheap.
Whole onion cost us more than $1. Look at this. This is the avocado mayonnaise. They priced this at 40 cents because they were only using a couple of tablespoons. To buy the whole thing cost us more than $11.
Yeah, but I don't know. How do these things usually work? If you say $5 meals, does it mean that you have to go buy every single ingredient? Or does it mean like if you buy a dozen eggs, it only takes one egg, so the cost would be for one egg?
I think it's generally calculated by just the amount that you use of the thing. They're never going to tell you like all of these ingredients together are $5 because that's just not possible.
Yeah. I think this is just how it goes. So I think that seems like a fair enough thing, but they're really calling them on
Only
it.
pricing parts of it, and grocery stores don't sell things that way. HHS insists this is standard recipe costing methodology.
It is.
And they want to help Americans stock up on high-quality ingredients they can use across many meals.
Of course.
In any event, the recipe was not
buddy.
too complicated. Here we go into the heat.
Can you imagine doing this? You're like, I work for CNN. This is my gig right now. I'm making a salmon cake recipe from RFK. Like, I don't know what's going on here, but this is what's happening, I guess, out there somewhere.
War in Iran got too boring. We have to do salmon cakes now.
Yeah, on CNN, they're like, we could talk about gas prices through the roof. We could talk about the war in Iran. We could talk about what's happening on the Korean Peninsula. That is all boring nonsense. So let's get to making salmon cakes and fact-checking RFK. That's where the real gold mine is. Okay, we'll see here. I wanted to work in this cop talking about the hot chicks database. In fact, let's work this in. This is one of these police officers who used the police surveillance databases and license plate cameras, aka the flock stuff, to surveil and stalk a woman. I guess this was a woman. Have you guys seen the television show? Is it Bad Monkey with
Vince Vaughn?
Yeah. Have you seen that?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay. All right. Have you seen this at all, Jaden, or no?
I have not. I don't watch any TV.
Oh, this
my
guy.
God.
He's a Luddite.
What do you watch? You don't watch any television at all?
I'm either doing YouTube or video games, man. Those are my two bread and butter right there.
What video games are you playing?
Oh, right now I'm playing a lot of college football. I play Counter-Strike. Waiting for GTA 6.
Counter-Strike's still around.
Yeah, CSGO 2.
Yeah, he's an old soul. He told you.
He did say that.
What's the one you play, Josh? I don't know if you guys can play together. Maybe Josh does
I jump around. I'm on Baldur's Gate 3 right now.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, who isn't? After Baldur's Gate 1 and 2,
exactly.
Yeah, it's like really you had to be there for the next one, I think. But there's a show called Bad Monkey, just so you know, Jaden. It wasn't that great, but I think it was filmed down in South Florida somewhere. And this cop, apparently, while this was going on, had the hots for somebody who was on the television show set. And he started using the flock system to search for this person. And this is newly released body cam stuff. So let's listen.
When you pulled her over, did you know it was her?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have a legal reason to pull her over?
This is Lamar Roman, the Florida.
Let me turn this up. Everything's quiet today. I'm going to boost the audio on this too.
Classic.
You can't hold me back, all right? These Twitter videos can't hold me back.
Cop who used multiple government databases and license plate reader systems to research, stalk, and pull over a woman he met on a shoot for a TV show. Damn. Anything and teasing and all that. And I knew that when I put that.
Oh, whoa! Is he, hold on, I don't know. Is this going to be censored? Hold on. I'm not going to risk it.
I stopped. But it wasn't nothing else. New footage I obtained shows how Roman stalked a woman who he met on the set of Bad Monkey, which is an Apple TV Plus show, then illegally researched the woman on a DMV database, put her license plate on a police hot list that would notify him when she drove past an automatic license plate reader camera.
Damn.
Nearly caused a head-on collision while speeding to track her down, and illegally pulled her over after stalking her.
And he cuts off the truck behind me, and I'm like, and immediately I'm like, this is him. Like, I know it's him. And
that is unhinged, man. So just so you guys are keeping track of this cop runs into this woman who's filming this Vince Vaughn TV show, Bad Monkey, and he thinks she's so hot that he starts searching for her. They called it the Hot Chick Database. It's Flock, right? That's what it's like, the Flock database. And he's got the hots for her so much that he puts her on this other list so that anytime she drives by one of the cameras, he gets a ping, you know? Ping.
That's so creepy.
And like he's getting real-time notifications of the actress driving around the town. And then when he gets a ping, he hauls ass. He's cutting in and out of traffic to go pull her over so he can have some sort of encounter with this woman. That's crazy.
like rearview mirror. And I'm like, you better not pull me over. And he pulled me over. And he's like, I told you I'd find you and pull you over. And then he was like, and I was hoping your boyfriend was in the car so I could pull him out and give him a hard time. He's like, why don't you follow me back on Instagram? And I told him.
He said, why wouldn't you follow me back on Instagram? Bro,
what
that
a
is
weirdo.
Yeah, that is absolutely strange behavior. She's just trying to exist, mind you, right? She didn't do anything wrong. And what does he think is going to happen? You think you're going to pull this actress over and he'll be like, I told you I was going to come catch you. And then she's just going to pull off her panties and toss them at you. And it's like, she won't be able to refuse. This is craziness.
Nice meet cute.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to go. I was supposed to be there at 4. And can I go? And he's like, yeah. And he just kept kind of like looking around in my car. And I'm like, can I please go? And then he finally just like, yeah, let me go.
Detective Jenny Moeller, who investigated the case, then tells the victim how exactly Roman found her.
He looked at your signature and the vehicles you have and your photo. I can tell he looked at vehicles and photos of each one to see if it was you or not. He then
What
used
a
the system
creep!
you have to run your name and address, date of birth, whatever's on your driver's license. The most concerning part to me, honestly, listen, we've had deputies miss your databases over and over again. This is not what it's for. You see a hot chick.
Yeah, you see a hot chick. So they're like, we've had deputies do this over and over and over again. Yeah, I know. That's what we're all saying. Yeah, that's what we're all saying. We're all saying that you guys keep having this problem. They're so curious and they can't stop searching for attractive people in the databases. Well, that's what all of us people are saying. Like, yes, that's a problem. We need to remedy this once and for all. You did this with the David system, and then people started suing you. Then you made it so there was a max on the amount they could sue you. So you backed the police up that were doing this stuff. And then you found another database with even more information with the Flock stuff. So it's even worse now. Josh, what happened to this guy? Did he get arrested? Will you look up Lamar Roman? I want to know what happened.
Lamar Roman.
Like, how do you not get arrested if that's not the case?
Listen, we've had deputies miss your databases over and over again. This is not what it's for. You see a hot chick, you don't look them up. The more concerning part to me and is we do have what's called license plate readers, LPR system. The camera's positioned up and down the highway. He put your tag in there so that he would be alerted when your vehicle was going one way.
At the end of the interview,
That's
Mueller
crazy.
asked the victim.
Obviously, I know you have a big social media following and all that. I can't tell you what to post or not post, but if you could refrain from posting anything until my investigation's over.
I also obtained footage from when Roman was arrested several days
he was
later at his
arrested.
home. The footage shows that he was allowed to make several phone calls before being arrested as he loiters on the sidewalk. The footage gives an inside look at how cops are treated when they abuse automated license plate reader systems, which is a growing problem as Flock proliferates around the country.
Interesting. What happened? What's he charged with?
I'm still trying to find that.
Okay, yeah. So like they showed the body cam footage of them going to arrest him. So he must have been charged with something. And he called it the Hot Chick Database. It's just Flock. And he pulled her over. He almost caused a head-on collision as this was happening. Like, this is an example of this just run amok. And you know this isn't a one-off. There's more of this happening out there.
They got him on a felony charge of misuse of law enforcement computers, computer networks, and electronic devices. He was released shortly after being arrested, though, on bond.
All right, so has he been fired?
Yeah, they fired him.
Okay, all right. Thank God. I mean, and you know the crazy thing is? The union, the police union, will probably fight for this guy to get his job back. They do almost every single time. It doesn't matter what's going on. It could be like this. They get treated with kid gloves, and they invade everybody's privacy like this. And it's just, the whole thing is very weird, man. All right, give us your thoughts on that one, too. And when we come back, we got jury duty on the way. I think Mo DeWitt's going to be stopping by at some point here. We'll see what's happening with him. And I know I've got some questions I wanted to ask him for a bit, so we'll do that before we roll into the Power Hour. All of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The voices on Real Radio are guaranteed human.
There we go. Hey, everybody. Going to get to some dispatches when we return. Your dispatches incoming. Thanks for the subscriptions. We're now up to 30. I think on Fridays, our goal should be higher because it's Secret Shows Day. Let's get those numbers up. Let's get those numbers up. We still got over an hour here. And you can subscribe or support over at thenewsjunkie.com. Can't do that if you'd enjoyed yourself at all. It's almost 3 hours behind us here. We're rolling with a ragtag bunch here. I don't want to, not in a negative way, but we're rolling with our B crew here. And we're having a good time. And if you enjoy this at all, hit the like button over on YouTube, okay? How is he not arrested? He was arrested. He was. He got arrested, got a felony charge, which is good. He got fired, which is good. But the problem is we need to root this out at the source. These cops are not scared to use these databases to spy on you. And they need to be. For every instance of this happening, there's a million more instances. I exaggerate, but only a little bit, of police officers not getting caught. In this case, I believe the woman went to the police station and said, hey, just so you know, this officer pulled me over and was like flirting with me, and it was very weird. And they investigated, and they found out what he had been doing. Imagine how many other cops. Does anybody in chat believe? Give me a yes or no on this. Do you think that's the only cop doing this? You think he's the only cop doing this? I bet you don't. Secret Show is dead? What does that mean? No, it's very, very, very alive. More alive than it's ever been. And the latest Secret Show will be posted today at 5 p.m. 9 whole days without power. Wow, parts of Seminole County go 10 plus days without power every hurricane. Still? I don't know if that's true now, Costa. That used to be true. When the hurricanes came through, that's what we were talking about earlier. You used to lose power for 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days, a week in a crazy situation. Further out, you'll lose it for longer. Not anymore, man. The power companies have, this is one of the only things they've done right. Anyone check for hernias today? That was weird, huh? On that secret show? A single patrol cop should not be allowed to put anyone on a list of any kind. And where's the oversight? That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't have any oversight in these cases? American Airlines, folks. Skull Mike Stream exclusive. This is not big news, but I'm wondering why they're doing this, really. American Airlines is going to be installing screens in the seat backs of every plane in 2028. They are bringing back the screens on the back of the seats on American Airlines flights. They will have retrofitted Bluetooth connectivity and USB-C charging ports. That's nice. And Starlink Wi-Fi. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. 2 minutes. Puerto Rico had no power for months after Hurricane Maria. Yeah, because Miguel, and you may or may not know this, you probably do. Puerto Rico notoriously has a dog shit power grid. It's so bad. And I remember I've been to Puerto Rico multiple times, and every time I go there, whether we're going to like the El Yunca, whatever, rainforest, or wherever else we would go visit, there are so many stretches of power lines where they're literally in the middle of the jungle. And so when Hurricane Maria went through for that, it exposed just how susceptible to those outages Puerto Rico is. And then everybody gets really upset and demands improvements, and then time goes by and nobody does nothing. So now nobody's really talking about that because there hasn't been another storm afterwards. But if they got another big one, same situation. We're coming back live. Their power grid sucks. It's really bad. Beautiful place, though. God damn. Oh, yay, yay. All right, here we go.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 104.1.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little asky. This is the...
We're having a good time over here. You can, if you miss any of the show, get the podcast for free over on thenewsjunkie.com. Hello to all our podcast listeners. Number one iHeartRadio podcast in the southeastern United States. God bless you.
Yeah.
Even though people will email me and they'll say that the podcast is like skipping around, or I think it's been okay as of late. But podcasters, thank you. Thank you very much for supporting us, for hanging out with us each day. We appreciate you. We got Jaden with us today. Jaden, where do you live, Jaden? Where do you live? Like downtown? Do you live? Where are you staying at?
I'm over in Winter Garden right now. I'm still with the parents.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Still staying with your parents. If you move out, like, are you considering this, or is it just too damn expensive right now?
It's so expensive. I mean, obviously, my ideal goal is to move out, but with how much everything is right now, I'm perfectly fine where I'm at.
I don't blame you, man. This is maybe an exit plan for you, though, if need be. There's something, I saw this today, and on Amazon, they're now selling houses. on Amazon.com.
Oh, no.
Like the little houses you can build, right?
Yeah, for real. Like it says, are Amazon tiny houses legit? This is one. It's under $10,000, which is still a little bit of money, but not for a house. I think we could put this up in your backyard or something. We can get you like your own little space out there for this. They have tiny homes, prefab tiny homes that you could buy on Amazon that some people are turning to. And they point out, like Jaden said, high housing costs are leading some Americans to consider tiny homes as a more affordable alternative. And you just buy these things I could get this online right now. I'm clicking it. Here we go. It's got 5-star reviews. I'm not putting this thing in my cart right now. When they say it's under $10,000, it's $9,999. But what do you think? Would you live in this if this is what it took right here?
Absolutely. Me and my buddies should get acres of land and just build a little village. That's what it's looking like to me. Can it survive a hurricane, though?
Oh, no, it's dead in a hurricane. Yeah, if you're flying away, everybody's RIP.
It's fine.
It's a mobile capsule with a bedroom, a kitchen, a bathroom. Oh, it says storm resistant, actually, Jaden. Storm resistant.
Sounds like we're good.
Typhoon and earthquake proof.
All right.
That's a big claim, kind of, to make that. Here it is. Oh, how tall are you, Jaden?
I'm 5'9".
Okay. It's only 96 inches tall. What is that in feet? Run the numbers for me, Josh.
96 inches is 8 feet.
8 feet.
We're good.
I think that would feel cramped, though. Think about being in a room. Like you guys are at HQ over there. Imagine if just 2 feet above your head was the roof. It would be.
You got a point.
Yeah, it would be feel a little
cramped.
You're all right, but it would be a little crowded. You could buy these houses because stuff is so expensive right on Amazon. And I'm looking at this, like I could put it in my shopping cart and just send it here. It says camping, resort house, farm, movable house, hotels, like an Airbnb type situation you could do. And it's got all of the stuff you would ask for right within this little box that you buy online. And like I said, 5-star reviews, baby. Worry-free throughout, practical design, easy installation. Somebody says, before placing the order, I was a little worried about the installation process of this mobile house. So I contacted the customer service in advance. They not only answered my questions in detail, but also promised to provide professional installation services. So you got to get the thing installed. But crazy that they actually offer this now.
Pretty
and
cool.
It's like a full-on thing that you can get. You can buy a house right on Amazon for under 10 grand if you're into the tiny house thing. All right, here we go. It's time to work into this. It's time for jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
I'm assuming Mo's not there, right? I don't see him on my
He's here.
Oh, is he?
We're working out the camera thing.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll get that up in a second. Mo, can you hear me, though?
Hello, Mr. Watson.
There he is, Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. God bless you, Moses. Hey, we saw this video earlier, just to run this by you before I forget, Mo. Mm-hmm. And it was this teacher, and the cops were talking to her. She got caught having sex with a 17-year-old student in the classroom. And the cops had her go back, and she was literally walking them through, like, where she was and how her body was curved and, like, what she was doing in the classroom. I know that we don't support criminals. We don't want people to commit crimes, right? Yes, I mean, we agree on this. But why? I mean, like, you would recommend that if somebody's accused of something, they probably don't do that, I would guess?
That's good legal advice. Keep your mouth shut. Don't go through an extensive confession. But, I mean, really what they were trying to get her to do there was just that, an extensive confession that they can use against her. So, rather than just having her sit in an interview room, they're basically having her walk through the crime with them and document every little detail of it. Because then, if she does hire a lawyer later or a lawyer's appointed to her, they're going to, of course, try to minimize the damage from that confession. But it's a lot harder to do when you walk through the crime scene and explain exactly how it happened and where it happened and how you were twisted and all sorts of stuff.
Well, how does this work, though? I bet they're talking to her. And I know you've been in these sort of situations.
I wasn't having sex with any students. If that's what you're implying.
Not you particularly being the teacher situation, but I know that you've had clients who have been in trouble with the law. And if you have a cop talking to you, are they likely doing things where they say, "Oh, if you work with us, this is going to be a whole lot easier"? when they say that stuff, is there anything to that? Like if you are working with them and you're being helpful in their investigation, is there a chance they're going to give you an easier sentence or something? Or
well, the problem is there's no guarantee to that. So if you actually want to work with the police and cooperate, the proper thing to do is to get an attorney involved and reach an agreement with them. That's a cooperation agreement of some kind. There's different ways to do that. There's systems where basically you can go in and give a full confession for a day and tell exactly how the crime occurred, and they've agreed not to prosecute you for anything that's contained within that session as long as you're telling the truth. Mm-hmm. But again, you have to remember the cops are allowed to lie to you. It's perfectly legal for them to lie to you, so they can say things like, yeah, if it's going to be a lot easier for you if you just confess to everything, or you get to go home if you confess everything, and they can blatantly lie to you in order to coerce you to say certain things.
Yeah, I remember watching the was it How to Make a Murder or Making a Murder? Or,
Something like that.
Making a Murder. Remember that one where the younger guy, Brandon Dassey, I think was his name. He was in, and the cops were questioning him about this woman who was killed, and he was Stephen Avery's nephew or something like that. And when the cops are questioning him, he's like, "Yeah, and then we did this, and then we did this, and then we took her body and we put it over here." And the cops are writing everything down, and then he goes, "Okay, can I go? I got to watch wrestling. I watch wrestling every night. WWE. I watch it at 8:00." And they're like, "You're not going home. You're not going anywhere." I think people often think that the cops are sort of their friends, and if they're cooperative, then well, they're admitting to doing the bad thing, but they're going to get just a fraction of the time. I think in some cases, and again, I don't support criminals, but in some cases, I think you're literally just making their job easier, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they want to act like they're your friend. That's part of their job. They want to get you to trust them. That's why a lot of times in these interviews, they'll bring them McDonald's and try to make them comfortable because they don't want them to be on edge. They want them to relax. They want them to open up to them and tell them all about the crimes that they've committed. And of course, everything you say can and will be used against them in a court of law.
True. Yeah. Hey, can we get a Just Call Mo tiny home? It's under $10,000.
I don't see why not. I mean, we've spent money on dumber stuff than that.
It's a write-off.
It's
a write-off.
It's earthquake proof. It's tsunami proof. It says it's hurricane proof. We could get for less than $10,000. We could get this, and then afterwards we could give it to Jaden. It'll be his new place. We could live in there.
Thank you.
It'd be
I'll
great
take
for
that.
him.
Well, first we can put Josh in it during a hurricane and see if he survives. If he doesn't, we can sue the manufacturer, make a ton of money.
Fine.
And if he does survive, then we give it to Jaden.
Let's put it to the test. And if we get a big hurricane coming through, we'll outfit it with webcams, and then we'll put Josh in there, and everybody will be able to watch as the storm rolls through to put this thing through the paces.
Great plan.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. All right, well, I'll bookmark this, Moses.
Thank you.
Quick break. When we come back, I want to ask you some things about that Carmelo Anthony trial and what's happening there. We have a bunch more to get into in the power hour of the show, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Taste Central Florida, Orlando's premier culinary event, Friday, August 28th at the Orlando World Center Marriott. Join more than 100 of Central Florida's top chefs, restaurants, and beverage experts for an unforgettable evening of dining, live entertainment, and community impact. Get
DJT doesn't care? What? How are you on Trump right now? How are you on Trump? The only thing you tell the cops is lawyer? True. Let's see. Is Courtney out here? Courtney, can you give me some water? It's so far away. I can't do it. I'm incapable. I just said I'm not capable of doing it. Oh!
Is that real?
I didn't expect her face to be white. I didn't know you had a mask on. You guys want to see Lady? Lady Dog, come on. Lady Dog. Lady Dog. Yes. Lady Dog. Woo. What do you want? What do you want? Can I give her one of the steak things? Should Lady get a treat, everybody? Oh, no, they said no shoes Friday. My toe was hurting. That's why I haven't been wearing shoes this week, but I'll have them back on next week. Don't judge. Huh? No, it's not hurting today, really. I just kind of didn't put them on. Lady, I got the little steak. Here we go. It's like a little T-bone. Ready? I got to see how much time I have. Hang on. Don't sneeze because you're frustrated. Ready? I want a perfect routine. No mistakes. Ready? Stay. And spin. Sit. Come here. Sit. Spin. Sit. And we're going to spin the other way. Don't screw it up. This way. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You glitched a little bit. Get up. Let's go this way. Spin. All right, lay down. You want the treat? Okay, get the treat. Go ahead, get the treat. You can take it out there if you want. Oh, yeah. That's good, huh? Oh, sorry, I don't want to bother her. I'm going to bother her while she's eating. How are you doing? Me? Yeah. She likes those. Give her all the treats. She got one. You guys want to give her way too many treats. Every time she comes in here, it's like, give her 500 treats. She'll do what she did the other night again. Just so you guys know, woke up in the morning. I was like, what is this? And there's stuff all over the place. Lady threw up. She threw up on me in the middle of the night. I slept through the whole night with dog throw.
I didn't hear it either.
I just dog puke. I'm a dog puke man. That's what people are calling me now. Okay. Thank you, white-faced lady. See you later.
Doing white face.
You're allowed to do whiteface. Probably won't put one of those black masks on, though, huh? Oh, I forgot about my water. Power hour time, everybody. Puke boy. don't call me puke boy. I'm like bleary-eyed. And I talked about this on Secret Shows last night, which again drops at 5 p.m. Go sign up over on thenewsjunkie.com for a premium account to unlock Secret Shows. I don't know if Courtney's putting too much THC in or something, but I wake up and it feels like someone has weighted my body down with 7 times the weight. I'm like, hey, trying to fight my way out. I'm so tired. And I look next to me and Lady's not there. She's always next to me. She lays next to me like all night long. Courtney pushes her away because she's too warm. And Lady's laying right next to me. And I go, or Lady's not laying next to me. And I go, what is this? What the hell is this? And I look and she threw up like her dog food all over me. just, and I go, oh my God. I had to clean all the sheets yesterday. Thank you, YouTube, for 32,000 subs. If you're over on YouTube right now and you feel bad for me for getting puked on and the people calling me puke boy, hit that subscribe button. It's totally free and you can follow the show each day, even when they're not trying to promote the show. And so far, we have survived, I think. Let me check. Did I get an email maybe? I could have got an email. Oh, man. And I got to do I got to do an FCC testing after the show. Boo. All right, I don't see anything from YouTube. Just getting... Every time I refresh my email, there's like 800 more. Somebody says your typical homes only have 8-foot ceilings. Is that true? Like, this is at least 10? 12? I don't know. It feels like that tiny house would be a little cramped. Thank you, Heavy Metal Cowboy. Thank you for the subscription. That puts us at 31 on the day. Look at you. Thanks for the big support, man. Really appreciate that. Will do. We're going to do it right after this? Okay. All right, here we go.
Matched in the industry. And right now, during the Sleep Number Labor Day sale, all mattresses are on sale. Invest in your sleep and experience firsthand Sleep Number's personalized comfort. Stop by a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com to learn more.
Facing an injury is tough, but choosing the right attorney shouldn't be. I'm Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney. With my zero-fee guarantee, you won't pay a single dime unless we get you money for your injuries. No hidden costs, no upfront fees, just dedicated, hardworking lawyers when you need them the most. Why wait? If you're injured on the go, visit justcallmo.com or give us a call at 1-800-CALL-MO. It's that easy.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station guaranteed human.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Junkie.
All right, we're going to get this tiny house. We're going to make this happen. So it's so cheap, Moses.
Yay.
You know? Big spender like you, Mr. Moses DeWitt. You're like, hey, little tiny house, less than $10,000.
I know what's taking out Josh's salary.
What?
You could do that.
It's housing for you.
Or you could do this. I did hear. Oh shoot! I don't want to say this because I don't know if you announced it. Did you announce what's coming up for your VIP people? Did you announce the thing that we have talked about before, or no?
You got to be more specific. We talked about a lot of things.
There's an event coming up for the Mo VIPs that is.
I think they've all been announced. So whatever it is, I think.
Okay.
I think they've been
There's
announced.
a Halloween Horror Nights thing.
Oh, we have not announced that one.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
You
forgot about that one.
You literally just said they've all been announced. So I thought I could say this now with ease. There's not any problem here. This will be just fine.
Well, it's a haunted house in the office.
It's too late. So that's one of the many things that's going on. How do people get to be part of the VIP team?
Just go to justcallmo.com/VIP and register right there. Then you get a fancy little card in the mail. And you get access to all the events and everything else.
Some guy was showing it off to me at the poker tournament. He's like, oh, man, check this out. He's like, here's my VIP black card. And I grabbed it from him and started walking away. And he acted like I was actually, like I took a credit card or something. Like give me that back, man. He wanted his VIP
serious
card. Yeah, he wanted to make sure he had it. But all right, here we go. You ready, Josh?
I'm ready. Jaden's ready, too.
All right, Jaden's ready, too. All right, okay, well, let's do the Power Hour.
They said it couldn't be done. Then they said,
I'm going outside. I'm going to get super racist here.
It's time for the Power Hour on the News Junkie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
you gotta
damning.
do that sometimes. You have to do that every once in a while.
Do you?
Yeah. You ever do that, Jaden? You just go outside and get racist for a little while? Just get out there? No?
Sometimes you have to be. Sometimes it just comes out.
Good God. You're so early in your career.
Can I get put into a different room? I'm a little uncomfortable now.
Builds
buy
up
me a
over
house,
time.
remember?
Yeah. Don't forget about that. You're on the hook for this now. Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm and Just Call Mo. JustCallMo.com is the website. Injured on the go, Just Call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, all of that good stuff. Mo, one of the big stories, like the big legal stories, has been Carmelo Anthony's case, which I thought it was done. This guy, the accusations came out because they said that he had stabbed and killed this Austin Metcalf person at a track meet and seemingly just stabbed him for no reason. You know, it was like a little back and forth, and then he decided to stab him, and he killed him.
and then he was sentenced. There was a whole trial. He was sentenced to 35 years in prison. And now a judge is sitting there hearing testimony as to whether or not they're going to give him a new trial.
Okay.
And I thought, like literally, this thing just ended. The trial just ended a couple of months ago. Does that surprise you? I thought there would have to be some time that passed.
No, so I mean, a motion for a new trial, especially in a case like that, is pretty standard. I mean, it's almost basically part of the appellate process. So they're going to start by asking for a new trial. Those are usually, I think, filed within 15 days, if I remember correctly, 15 or 20 days. I can't remember which. And it's up. Sometimes the judges will deny them on their face, meaning they just issue an order in chambers denying the motion. Other times they may have a hearing on it for certain reasons. If certain allegations are alleged, it may warrant a hearing. And then, still most likely, most of those motions for new trial are denied, and then it will ultimately go up through the appellate process and will be appealed. I mean, I think we saw the same thing in Alec Murdaugh's trial, where he asked for a motion for new trial. That judge denied it, and then, of course, it was eventually overturned by the appellate court, and now we'll have another trial in that case.
Yeah, I mean, he had Alec Murdaugh actually had a pretty good reason. I forgot what it was, but for the
clerk of the court influenced the jurors there by saying things. And I think she was ultimately prosecuted for that after she released her book about the trial, which I don't think went real well for her.
Yeah, they tried to, in this case, say that there was an issue with the judge because the judge did an interview after Carmelo Anthony was found guilty of murder and sentenced to 35 years. The judge did an interview with media and said, hey, I think the jury came to the right conclusion here. And they tried to say that was some evidence of bias, but that was after the jury delivered their verdict. Would there be anything weird about a judge speaking about the jury's verdict and saying they thought that was the correct one afterwards?
It depends how they do it. So typically, most judges won't speak about any sort of case if there's a chance that case is going to come back before them. Sometimes they'll wait until they're retired or until all appellate remedies are exhausted. So depending how he phrased that, he could say something like based on the evidence presented, the jury reached a verdict, and we have to respect that verdict, and we fully support the jury system, or something like that. That's not really speaking to the evidence or the weight of the evidence, but rather that the jury did their job in the case, and that's perfectly fine. But when you're giving sort of your own commentary or opinion while the case is ongoing, or if there's a possibility that case is going to end up back in front of you, that could certainly be problematic and could be considered biased to the point where they could file a motion for a new judge, essentially, to come into the case.
Okay, here's what they said. It says, Carmelo Anthony's attorneys, claimed in a motion seeking a new trial that the teen was coerced into waiving his right to testify, stemming from a purported dispute between defense attorneys and prosecutors about whether his testimony would be covered by an agreement limiting some character evidence at the trial. Defense attorneys alleged this denied him a complete defense. I'll tell you what all the dirt and the secrets are in this case, because nobody seems to really be putting this out there. But I'll tell you what's actually going on and what didn't come up in this case in just a moment. But they said that he was coerced into waiving his right to testify, and there was a dispute between defense attorneys and prosecutors about whether his testimony would be covered by an agreement limiting some character evidence at the trial. The defense also alleged that Collin County Judge Roach improperly instructed the jury and that his courtroom restrictions, which limited public access to the proceedings, denied Anthony a fair trial. Anything to that, you think, or?
We'll have to see. We probably need some more evidence as to exactly what occurred there. But like I said, I think it's unlikely that a new trial will be granted. They're just covering all their bases for the appellate purposes.
All right, here's the juice on this. So Carmelo Anthony, cold-blooded killer, in my opinion, deserves every bit of the 35 years. I think that's a justice served kind of moment. Mm-hmm. But the things that didn't make it into trial, it appears that Austin Metcalf's family and the prosecutors made a deal with Carmelo Anthony's family to leave certain evidence out of the case. So a lot of people don't know about this. Some of the evidence was that Austin Metcalf, who was the one who was stabbed and killed, and his twin brother, when they were in school, they got caught spray painting graffiti that included KKK, Kill All Blacks, Heil Hitler, and the N-word. They were given 12 months of juvenile probation. They said that they were doing dumb stuff and vandalism at the time. There was some incidents at the school, like some bullying stuff, but all that seems sort of like weak sauce. And then there was a lot of other stuff that didn't make it in about Carmelo Anthony in exchange. This is like a gentleman's agreement that they did. So they didn't mention the racist graffiti and some of those other things. They also didn't mention that there were text messages from Carmelo Anthony before this saying he was low-key on the verge. And he also said when he uses his knife, which he's going to do, he's going to lick the blood off the blade afterwards. And like he was saying, like he was going to stab somebody. And then he did end up very shortly after. I think it was like within a week or two. He ended up stabbing him afterwards. So that's the stuff that was kept out at trial. But those deals are probably pretty common, right, Mo? Where you say, oh, here's what we're going to do. Here's the rules we're going to follow.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, typically you sit down with the other side and you go through the evidence and the exhibits. And the judge encourages you to try to make agreements on things, and the things that you can't agree on go in front of the judge, and the judge will make a ruling on that. So that's very common. It's actually required in most cases to have that meeting with the opposing counsel and sit down and go through your exhibit list and try to agree upon. You don't have to, but try to agree upon which evidence is going to come in and which evidence is not going to come in. And there's a lot of reasons why some of that evidence would or would not come in. There could be arguments as far as with the victims and things that they did prior that wouldn't be admissible or relevant. I'm sure the prosecution probably wanted some of that evidence about the knife and the things that were said to be used for sort of a premeditation type argument, but based on the charges that were presented, the way the case kind of unfolded, maybe that wasn't exactly relevant either. There was also probably not evidence that it was going to be premeditation against these victims. Things like that. So I think there's a lot of factors that go into that. Obviously, we don't know the exact conversations that happen there. But yeah, it's very normal to have those types of conversations.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, looking at all this, I think the second trial might be worse for him. I think it might get worse.
It could.
If the text messages come in and they show that premeditation, they show that he was dead set on doing this, they show his history as well. They might bring in that these kids said the N-word one time or something or spray painted it. Doesn't matter. You don't get a death sentence for that. It's not how it works. It's not how things go. I know some people have this warped version of life in their mind where that's how it works. It's not how it works. So I think it will actually work out probably even worse for him, but we'll see. Real quick, Moses, the other thing I wanted to run by you here. The New York Times lost a defamation case, which is... I think it's the first time that they lost a libel or defamation case in 50 years.
Damn.
The New York Times. And here's what happened in this case. An Alabama jury awarded $9.25 million in damages to Kai Spears. Kai Spears played for the University of Alabama men's team. He sued the New York Times after they published a report citing a person familiar with the investigation that said he was a passenger in a car involved in a shooting. This was a shooting of some woman, and they said that he was a passenger of the car that was there. The Times reported the person had spoken on the condition of anonymity to discuss sensitive matters. They acknowledged their error and corrected the story afterwards, but after a 9-day trial, the jury delivered its verdict, and in a rare loss for the New York Times, they have to pay this guy who they screwed up in this case on $9.25 million. Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Libel is what, like, simply put for us dodos, what does libel actually mean? What is it?
I mean, basically, you made a false statement about somebody that damaged their reputation or their character.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's libel, there's slander, and defamation of character. They're all just different versions depending how it's said or written or presented. But I can tell you, in Florida at least, and I can only speak to Florida law, I'm not sure about Alabama law, but typically as long as the media agency or outlet has, some sort of verifiable or, believable source, even if that source is wrong, they're protected. So, we've talked about the case before that it wasn't my case, but I happened to be in court that day. It was over in front of the appellate court at Daytona Beach. And there was some guy who, the sheriff of some county came out and said, I'm just going to use the name John Smith, but John Smith is our prime suspect in this bank robbery. And then, the sheriff was just wrong. John Smith had nothing to do with the bank robbery. And then, all the newspapers picked it up and ran the story. And then, they did a retraction, just like the New York Times did here. But the appellate court essentially said in that case, it was an honest mistake. The newspapers were relying upon the sheriff. And so, therefore, they did the retraction, and they can't proceed with the lawsuit. But this guy couldn't get a job because every time he applied for a job, they Google his name, and it said that he robbed a bank. And, of course, nobody sees the retraction portion of that. So,
wow. Oh, man. Jaden, you got any problems when people Google your name? Is it like...
No,
bad?
You'll just find a picture of me when I was like 6 years old. I was on a billboard holding like a little shark. Forgot for
Were you?
Yeah, I was on a billboard for a little bit. I did a little bit of commercial work. That's all you'll find on me.
Really? I didn't know you were an actor.
I wouldn't say that.
Wow.
A model.
What was the billboard for? You had a shark?
Yeah, I had a shark in my hand. I think it was like some tourist trap billboard. Like, hey, come do this, and it was me with a little shark.
You know how many billboards they give this show? 0, man. Goose egg.
One day.
Yeah.
My show doesn't even have a PD, so you guys are doing all right.
So tough times, man. Tough times. All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get into, I got a couple more stories to work in here. We'll have an update on the Clancy case because that's always getting weird. Somebody in New York freaking out. We'll play that. We'll get you all geared up to send you into the weekend. It's coming.
Quick live read, folks. During this live read, I want you to pick one person that will be banned from YouTube forever after this live read. This is your one time to pick one person who will be sacrificed to the YouTube gods and never be seen again over on YouTube. I await your guesses. This is sort of your like give us Barabbas moment or Jesus. You tell me. Sean, you can have as many billboards as you want to pay for. It's not really on the radio station. Well, what are they doing then? If I'm paying for the billboard, what are they doing?
Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Quantum Fiber Internet. Have you heard? Quantum Fiber from AT&T is offering a great deal on fast fiber internet. $55 a month for speed up to 1 gig. Find out more at quantumfiber.com. Seriously, grab this special deal now. Limited availability in select areas.
You can get to know somebody pretty quickly by sitting down with them and talking to them about their business and why they operate the way they do and what really drives them and motivates them. And I did this with Leon Mills. He's a great guy, and he owns Mills Air. He runs Mills Air in the same way he's run Mills Air for well over 30 years, 34 years in running. He wants to make sure each person who is a customer who has a problem with their AC is happy, that they're happy with the services performed, that they're happy with the price, that they don't feel like they've been ripped off. Seems simple, but like it's really important stuff. And there's a lot of AC companies out there that will take advantage. They'll rip you off. They will treat you wrong. I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to go to Mills Air. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. If you need a new Carrier unit, you save real big with Mills Air. Don't leave that money on the table. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Need a new roof or windows? Visit hbnusa.com.
Sell your home stress-free this summer with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Skip the hassle of a traditional home sale while receiving the strongest cash offer in the industry. Hi, it's Jack, and I'm here with my friend Mark Spain. Mark, how does the guaranteed offer...
Chat, what song should we end the entire week on? What song? Whole week. The whole week. I'm not banning everybody, okay? I'm not banning everybody. It was a lark. I was fooling. I was just fooling. I'm not banning everybody, okay? I'm banning the FCC because I have to do this stupid test after the show from the FCC. Where was I? Sean, the 53 Chevy is getting a garage under roof insulation. Ooh, like you're fitting the garage all out for this thing? Little mini split AC in there? Nice. Nice. Okay, What was I talking about? What was I saying? Can we ban that shirt? What, mine? What's wrong with my shirt? This is just a red shirt. What's wrong with that? My God. A little weird. I forgot completely what I was talking about. That's okay, I guess. Secret Shows drops at 5 p.m. Eastern. 5 p.m. Eastern. David Hasselhoff, rip, right? He's dead, right? David Hasselhoff? Oh, you asked what song we're going to end on. It should be Power of Love. Thank you, number one. Thank you. I need a song to end the show. A lot of times I'll get them from C-Lane, like 50% of the time. We wear red on Fridays. The Danger Zone? Maybe. Eric Idle, the FCC song? Oh, David Hasselhoff, that's what you're saying. True Survivor. Master of Puppets? Okay. All right. Good suggestions. David Bowie, Heroes. Pumped Up Kicks. Bootsy. Bootsy with a win. That's a good song. It's about school shootings. Which wait, no. Hang on. I get myself fired. I plan on writing out this contract, and I almost just ruined it for myself. All right, Pumped Up Kicks. Foster the People. Maybe we do like a Today I Learned About what the band name means or something. Foster the People. Okay, it was first Foster and the People. Oh, that's so interesting. That's such an interesting factoid. Okay, we're coming back in 30 seconds. All right, I just printed Today I Learned. I'll get the song during the next break. Zip zap, we'll be out of here before you know it. We'll be done and gone, and this day will have been conquered. Stay by.
Muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes. To learn more about Journavx, ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit journavx.com.
The countdown to the new NFL season is on.
And now, all 32 in-market local teams can be heard on the free iHeartRadio app.
He's in! That's a Jet touchdown! Just open the app and search your favorite team.
Plus, Fox Sports Radio breaks it all down.
As we get closer to week 1. It's crazy, and it's fun.
Join the conversation and stay locked in. Live, local games with you all season long.
Download the iHeartRadio app.
Search NFL and press play.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Today is Mo Betta with Josh Fowler, courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Radio! 104.1.
A safe haven of sorts for all of the 95%ers. This is...
Show in the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more
over on the website. If you missed anything all week long, shame on you, number one, for having a life and having something else going on. But number two, the podcast is always available for free over on thenewsjunkie.com. Mo, what is this? What are you doing here?
You said you were upset you didn't have a billboard, so I made one for you.
This is not what I had in mind.
It's beautiful. What are you talking about?
What's beautiful about it? It says
it's a great
the
picture
news
of
junkie
you.
Sean Wasson as seen on To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen. That's not.
Weren't you on that show?
No, I was not on that show. We interviewed somebody from that show not too long ago.
I thought you were the
movie's
naked
coming out.
guy.
No, I was not the naked guy. No,
Oh, man, I've been mistaken this entire time?
Common
Jeez.
mistake.
Yeah.
Was that why you got connected to the show? Because you thought I was that naked guy from To Catch a Predator?
He's a big fan.
Sorry. Maybe you just have to hang out with the Tampa people.
What are you trying to say about them?
Yeah. I think you know.
I was telling Josh that the Tampa people all got custom Dunkin' Donuts with their show logo on it for National Radio Day yesterday.
You believe that?
Wow, they're doing big things over there.
Yeah.
With some custom Dunkin' Donuts, huh? Wow. Soon.
I knew
who
that
knows
impressed you.
what's next from here? They don't have billboards like this, do they? Huh?
Not yet.
Not yet. I don't think so. Yeah. By the way, iHeartRadio will never allow this billboard because it doesn't have 7,000 iHeartRadio logos all over it. So,
and it has to say guaranteed human now.
It does, yeah. Guaranteed human, always guaranteed human. Thank you for that. These are expensive. I mean, you're going to pay a pretty penny to get that up there. So
buying billboards and tiny houses today, just blowing it all.
Really, truly. I think that this would get some attention, though. You know, right before the movie, people would be like, "Oh my God, that guy was on To Catch a Predator." I'll listen to his show for a second. And if they tune in thinking pedo, and then they hear the content on the show, and we win them over, it's fine. I'll have to chase this rumor around for a really long time. And I would get Jaden probably wouldn't want to be anywhere near the show. He'd be like, "Oh God."
And he's outside being racist. So
yeah, we all got our problems going on right now.
He was weirdly okay with the outside racism.
Josh, come on. You never done that. It's like every once in a while. You just got to get it out of your system.
How dare you?
I saw a couple of people do it online in some of these videos this week. So, all right, let's see what we have for you here. Mo, have you seen any of the stuff for this crazy-ass Lindsay Clancy case at all, or no? Have you not been following that?
Is that the lady and the husband? And the
yes.
Yeah, a little bit. Not a ton,
brutal.
but a little bit, yeah.
I hate it because it's brutal, but there's some interesting stuff going on there, and it's making people melt. Their brains are melting. There's people who are online who are like, I sympathize with this woman. You go, we sympathize with a woman who killed her kids? Maybe you shouldn't have any kids right now. So there's a lot of things that are happening in this case. One thing that I heard was, I guess there was something going on with the judge's orders about the jury. And the judge said, we're going to halt everything right now. We're going to halt everything. And I want you to go home for the day. And now the reason for that mysterious pause is coming out. I think Fox has it here in this story.
Breaking news in the trial of Lindsay Clancy. We just got word the jury is done for the day.
Okay.
Back to Brian Yanis live in Plymouth. What can you tell us about this move, Brian?
Bill, good morning. Well, in about 2 hours, the day is done. Surprising. We thought that it would begin with testimony. It did not. Each juror was questioned by the judge about what we simply don't know, actually. We don't know why the jurors were questioned, but all of a sudden they were. And then there was the witness that went up, the last defense witness. Her name was Shayla Kavanaugh. She did testify today. She was a chaplain at Brigham and Women's Hospital who visited with Lindsay Clancy multiple times while she received treatment after the killing.
Okay, so here's what they said that whole thing was, where they started to talk about the jurors and stuff. It says the Lindsay Clancy murder trial came to an abrupt halt after the judge individually questioned every juror for reasons that have not been released. The pause comes after the defense's final witness, hospital chaplain Sheila Kavanaugh, testified that Clancy said she heard a voice warning that she and her children would not be safe unless she followed its command. Court resumes tomorrow. In this case, they're trying to prove that she wasn't all there mentally when all of this happened, Moses. Mm-hmm. And this is something that we have to really focus on, like the emotions of it all and getting the story over to the jury and seeing if the jury will be
if they'll be interested in an argument that this woman, even though she's not denying that she did it, only people on TikTok are denying that she did it. But she's saying that she did it, but she did it because she was out of her mind and she was on all these medications and stuff. So are those difficult to prove? Is it difficult to prove that you weren't in the correct state of mind and that you didn't know what you were doing?
I mean, it can be. You have to have the certain witnesses, expert witnesses, come in and testify on your behalf. And the difference with an insanity defense is basically you have to show that you didn't, not only that you were out of your mind, but you didn't know what you were doing. And so, the example they kind of always give in law school of that is, somebody thinks that they're, like chopping down a cherry tree because they're just insane, but really they have an axe and they're just hitting a human over and over again with it. Like you have to actually have a break with reality to where you don't know what you're doing. And so they have to be able to show that, in the trial, essentially.
Is it bad for them or good for them that these people, they're crazy. These people are showing up outside and they're like fans of this woman and they're saying they're there to support her. And it just seems bizarre because the woman killed her kids. You know what I mean? If there are like fans outside and the crowd and the sort of the momentum building and the social media stuff, is that good for her case or bad for her case? How does that work?
Well, it makes the case a little bit more difficult to prosecute. I wouldn't say it's good or it's bad for the case in general, but it may make it more difficult to get an unbiased jury. It may make it more difficult for the jury not to be influenced by outside resources or outside people, even just going in and out of the courthouse on a daily basis. If they're holding signs, if they're yelling at the jurors, just kind of when you're doing a trial like this, when you're doing a case like this, you really want the jury to be in a bubble, meaning that the only information they're presented regarding the case is what's in that courtroom. You don't want them to be influenced by outside sources. And so when you have a high publicity case like this, a big media case like this, it is really tough, especially in the day and age we live in where, you open TikTok, you scroll 3 videos and you could easily get a video about this, or if you go on Facebook. And so they have to be very cautious about how they operate day to day, and the court has to come up with specific instructions in order to make sure that the jury is not influenced by these outside influences.
Yeah, I mean, there's just been a lot of response to this. I guess even Candace Owens, that lady, she was like, she didn't do it. She's innocent. She's not guilty.
My thoughts clear on this.
She said that.
The moment that she was arrested, the moment that it made the news, Lindsay Clancy is obviously not guilty. There are a fleet of doctors who should be imprisoned for what they put her on. I regularly speak out against Big Pharma. They get away with murder all the time. And
so basically, I love that people are making claims here that not even her own defense team is making. They are saying that she did it, that she was responsible, but that she was way medicated up, and at the time she was not in the right frame of mind, as Moses was just describing. So this trial just made some people online in particular very, very mad. Not mad like angry, mad like they're like Mad Hatter type mad. Crazy, Josh. Yes, indeed. Okay, we're going to come back and wrap up the whole show for the whole damn week. It's been a blast. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday. That is all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio runs on real people, real opinions, and guaranteed human moments. Even the embarrassing ones. Especially the embarrassing ones. Hit TalkBack on the free iHeartRadio app and share yours.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center.
All right, folks, that's it. That's it. We made it through. We did it, everybody. Let me get everything refreshed over here for my big thank yous on the way out. Make sure everybody gets a big, fat, juicy thank you. It's time for you to rate the show. Rate the show, everybody. Let me see. Rate the show. 10 out of 10 is a winner. It goes into the Hall of Fame over here. No notes. It just really went well. 1 out of 10 into the Hall of Shame. It's embarrassing. Sad and disturbing. I got to think that the Lady Dog treat moment gets us up to at least a 4. And then from there, you could stack the rest of them. And I think we got to be up in some good territory. Ryan says 9 fresh and racist puppies out of 10. Sean says 10. 9.4 squeaky clean student desks out of 10, says Bootsy. Squeaky clean, she assures you. And we'll get our last dispatches, and I'll put a bunch of them on next. 10 out of 10 just for Lady. 10 out of 10 fresh puppies. Great week, Sean. Listen to every minute of the show. Thank you, yuckers. I don't know if I believe you. Did you hear when I talked about the dog puking on me? 8 out of 10 future mini houses. Nice. Come on, you know you want one of those. That looks like a good time, right? Okay. 30, 20, 26. Ought to do it. Let me add a little fade. All right. Now let me get that like that. 8 smoke breaks out of 10. 3 out of 10 used exercise bands. Yikes. Yikes. 10 out of 10 Jaden's. What do we think of Jaden? Do we like Jaden? Jaden did a good job, right? I thought he did. I thought he did a great job. I think he stepped up. I think he did a good job. I think we like to learn a little bit more about Jaden moving forward. Jaden was a great addition. Agree. 10 out of 10 RIPs for C-Lane. No, he's alive. For God's sake, don't do that. He's alive. He's in Nashville right now. Jaden is solid? Yeah, Jaden did fine. Yeah. Yeah, he did a good job. Like him. All right, I also want you to know the chat action. If you have fun in chat, if you like hanging out with these people in chat, you should know that you can go to chat.thenewsjunkie.com and hang out in TNJ chat all the time. You can get to know people. Everybody shares stuff going on through their weekend. You can send photos called peaks. They explode after 24 hours. Kind of like Snapchat. So you don't feel too bad about putting your information out there. Jaden is 10 out of 10 looking like young Posty. Jaden is cool. Yeah. Thank you, Code Inspector. Appreciate that. We got through it. I'm just going to be real with you. This has been the longest slog of slow news. Think about what's going on in the world right now, all right? Think about this. 2 minutes. This is crazy. All right, I'm going to go to CNN. Think about all the things we talked about today. I'll just look at CNN. Top story is the Navy may change the name of an aircraft carrier. The defense rests in the Lindsay Clancy trial. We've talked about that ad nauseum. A race that's happening in Washington, D.C. this weekend. Stuff that we talked about 3-4 days ago about the cancer vaccine. Lake Mead being more dry than expected. The best hiking pants. Like, it's a shit show out there. It's a disaster. But look at us go. Look at us go. We're still moving. The measure of a show is how you operate when there's barely anything to feed off of. There's barely anything to feed off of last couple of months. But we're still eating good over here. God bless you for hanging out with us. We'll have an explosive story soon. I know we will. Maybe Monday, maybe next week. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you to all the folks who gifted or subscribed. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Stay gold.
On Audible, traffic might seem like less of an annoyance and more of an opportunity for another chapter. Audible, stories that speak to you. New members can start listening with a 30-day free trial at audible.com.
Teachers make a difference each and every day. Now's your chance to say thanks. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher powered by Donors Choose. Nominate an outstanding public school teacher who goes above and beyond for students. They could be one of our $5,000 winners for classroom supplies and resources. Teachers give so much. Now it's our turn to give back. Nominate a teacher now at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
First into the world's most viral newsroom.
Didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday and send you into the weekend. Thanks for being with us. Learn more about the show over on thenewsjunkie.com. Look at us getting through it. I mean,
wow.
I got to tell you, I was just talking to the people during the break over on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. This has been the slowest several months in the news cycle that I have ever seen in my life. Like, it has never been this slow. Go look at all of the major news organizations and everything that they have on their homepages. Oh, my God. The only story that's popping off is the story about the lady who killed her kids, which is miserable stuff to sludge through. But there's some interesting things, so we've been kind of flirting with the periphery of that a little bit. But that I think it says something about this show that even in a friggin' just a desert, a news desert, baby, we're still kicking ass over here. We're still making it through, at the very least. I don't know if we're kicking ass. We're still kicking near asses. We're getting near asses, Moses.
We're kicking half ass.
We're kicking half asses. That's right. That's what we're doing. So yeah, I mean, there's something is bound to happen soon. Always stick along with us for the ride, and we'll see you next week. All of that good stuff. Moses, big plans this weekend?
I don't think so. I think I'm just hanging around.
For once.
Saying.
What's the son doing? How's he doing these days?
He's good. We're just trying to get him to cut back on the Marlboros, but otherwise good. Yeah.
Does he get in trouble at school because C-Lane's kid already causing mayhem? This dropping him off at school. He's not even 3 years old left yet, and he's already causing mayhem over there.
No, he does. He's a rule follower. He doesn't get. Yeah, I mean he makes me follow the rules. I'm saying.
Yeah. He doesn't get that from you though. I don't think.
He gets it from his mother.
Not from what I can tell. All right, well, let's do a little post-mortem here. Jaden, how was your experience here on the show? First day hanging out with us. What'd you think?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. I would consider myself a junkie now.
Okay. All right. I want to tell you, there are no wrong answers. So if you're like, hey, this was a disaster. I hated this. These guys suck. I never want to do the show again.
You can tell Jack all of that.
Yeah, no, you can tell us. You can tell us.
No, I would tell you if I didn't like you guys. I like you guys. It's a good time.
Right. Okay, the people liked you. I'm telling you, people were like, Jaden was great. It was interesting to get to know him a little bit.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
All the racists like you.
Yeah, hey, we make friends somehow, okay?
Yeah, you got to build ratings, Moses. So we need all the demographics, the racist, the non-racist. That's
I thought 100%. My billboard would help with the ratings, but you didn't like it.
I didn't say I didn't want it. I never turned it down. Right. I know how it is around here. You think they're throwing billboards at me?
I know they're not.
They're not. No, they're not. And they're not throwing any billboards over here, despite the fact that we've carried boulders with this show. For God's sake, we've been working our asses off for a very long time around here. And thank God we've got people who support us for doing it. By the way, just a couple quick shout-outs. Thank you to Rick for the 2 gifted subscriptions. Heavy Metal Cowboy with 1. John, Sun State John with 12. Woo. 5. Big Sum with 5. Carlito's Way with 1, Jan Pin with 2. Some of these should be available if you want to claim a free subscription, thanks to people like Gooch Will Kill, Man Kickin', and Cat BH. All of you, thank you so much.
Yeah, you have a hell of an audience, I should say.
You bet your ass. These people are your clients eventually, Moses. So,
it's a circle of life. It works.
We're all in this together. So, anyhow, thank you to Jaden. You did an excellent job.
Yeah, thank you.
Very, very good. It was good to get to know you. Josh, you did great as always.
Thanks.
You're a star.
Thank you.
You're
did you see I figured out the timer thing this time?
You did. Look, I mean, you can't be held back. They cannot hold this guy back.
That's what I said.
So
It's not what your teacher said.
I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. Let's see what we have for you on the way out. I have to work in at least a couple of dispatches.
These are the final dispatches.
Maybe
but
one,
Sean will
two.
probably only
We'll see. Let's see. I'm going to clean this out here and refresh and embarrassing stories. Maybe we have some new ones here at The Wire. Here is Jay Ryan. Okay. Hello?
Since everybody else is sharing theirs, I guess I'll share mine.
Okay.
This happened about 15, 16 years ago. I was working on some projects at work. I was working at this restaurant. And before I went in for a shift, I did some work for myself. And then I went and got ready. And when I got to work, I pulled out my laptop and my boss was right there. And I went to open my screen because I wanted to show him what I was working on. And I hadn't exited out of the window when I was done earlier.
Oh, no.
I just closed my laptop. So he just saw, and it was, I'm gay. He wasn't. So it was really awkward. Later when I was cashing out at the end of the night, I kind of brought it up to CNI and he was just like, nothing happened. I know it was an accident. Just be more careful. Everything's fine. So it worked out, but I'm still mortified to this day. Have a great day.
I like the twist at the end there.
Like that's the way he figured out you were gay too. It's like, well, all right,
buddy.
Learned a lot of stuff today. That was good. Hold on, let me definitely give you a bookmark for that. And here's the last one I'm going to do. Bangs has a dispatch.
With the whole hot chick database, that's actually a really good opportunity for lawyers to target the entire flock system in and of itself. Especially because that guy is being charged with like improper use of law enforcement surveillance and stuff. That now puts the burden on the flock system, and they can no longer hide behind the third-party company. And I think we, the people, need to address our grievances publicly with these flock cameras. It's a direct invasion from our government.
Well, there's a lot of people doing that just now. Somebody else says it wasn't actually a flock camera in the keys. It's like something similar. It's a LPR, a license plate reader. I think that all kind of fits into the same rage that people are feeling about those things, whether it's the flock branded ones or not. But it's been pretty crazy. Moses has been at the center of this for a long time because it used to be the David system that they abused.
Yep. Yeah, it was kind of the same thing. I mean, it's all rooted in the hot girl database because that's what the cops were doing before and what they got in trouble for doing.
And like, how have they not learned any lessons? This has been like a decade of, and I'm
Probably
sure
more,
long before that. Yeah. Same problem for a very long time. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, August 21st, 2026. Thanks again to Moses. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thanks to our new friend Jaden. Thanks to Josh. Thanks to all the gifters. Let's play the last one. Today I learned this band right here.
Foster the People.
That's right, Foster the People.
Yes.
Great song, catchy song.
Banger.
Used to be Foster and the People because I guess the lead singer's name is Foster and the band was called The People. But people just kept calling them Foster the People and getting the name wrong so much that they decided to change the name of the band as a result. And the rest is history, as they say. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back on Monday. Same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you, everybody.
Visit realradio.fm/contest for all the info and to find out how you can score free tickets.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.